Your butt?
Drop my pants.
Oh, yeah, I do.
That'll get the subscribers.
Double my subscription.
What it really?
Header, see Santa's butt.
Nice.
As that is how we start our stream this week.
Really? See Santa's butt.
Oh, all right. Well, after a 2-week delay, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? 3-week delay, welcome back live from my basement. It's Thursday night. Woohoo! As we are continuing Dark Queen Ascension, what I've been calling The Fallen. And before we go any further, why don't we go ahead and run our intro. You might have noticed that the sound came from my computer. Where we really want it to come from is the TV. TV is working. Say hi, Ken.
Hello.
All right, that sounded like it came from the TV. All right, fantastic. And let's jump over to the game layout bar. We got picture there. That looks good. The mic is popping. What else am I supposed to check here, Leonard? You're the ace, right?
You got the black sensor bar from Leonard's butt?
Black censored bar from Leonard's butt? No. Okay, let's jump over. My messages? All right. No, we don't want any of that.
What is that?
And let's go to Google Chrome. Faerun. This is the Winterstone Temple. I didn't know where to put us, right? We kind of got two things going on. We have the major storyline that we followed or ended up with last week of 3 of you have traveled to Port Last, where you've encountered some giants that are guarding the port.
Trolls, I think.
Hill giants, actually. And there's 5 of them, 1 female, 4 males that are all trying to vie for her attention, and some inebriated captain, piratey guy, mysteriously surrounded by a bunch of livestock, cow, chickens, pigs, and so that's kind of where we left that off. You had just won Lily Roar over by Ruckus singing to her and doing some convincing, and yeah. So before we dig into that further, on the other side, we had discussed what the other people would be doing in their 30 days, and we thought about doing a level 1 encounter. And so, who should we start with?
Guys,
Level 1
didn't get to do anything last
Yeah, level 1 encounter. So here we are in Winterstone Temple, and we have what might be apprentices or less experienced people. You had a visit from Lidnura from Helm's Hold, who had said a toll booth has been erected on the road to Helm's Hold, and it's easy enough to avoid. It's just a nuisance, and if we had anyone that would like to go try to take care of that, they might appreciate it. And Ken, your Olak, thought that might be a good opportunity to get Minnie some exercise.
Correct.
And so as you thought about the different people that might be able to help Minnie, your automaton, out, a couple of people have come to mind. And so maybe Wes, maybe you could introduce Janice or Gray was it Gray Blood? Gray Bill. Gray Bill. You're undead.
So you may or may not, probably not, remember. There's a family that lives on Zened's property, the Chirpwood Manor property, and they farm the land and take care of the land. And Janice is the wife and mother. So I closed the names, but there's 2 kids. There's a girl and a boy, and then the farmer husband as well. And she's the wife and mother. So.
Yeah, it might make sense that they might have interest in being able to travel that road to help with commerce between the 2 cities, right? And she certainly has her papers, right? Like I said, to roam somewhat freely in Fortitude, and in the north, you have to have a paper signed by the local orc contingent saying who you are, a description, and what your business is in the north, and where your home is located. And so you would certainly have your papers.
Farmer would fit well with that, and but also, certainly they've seen their home, their town has fallen to orcs, and so they've joined the resistance and are doing what they can to fight against that.
Yeah, and as covertly as possible, right? They don't want the orcs to know they're joining any type of resistance, right? But Zenit has clued them in and has offered them this quest, and she has stepped up and said she would accept that. So that is Janice. At the same time, we have a friend of Strider's, of Titus.
Right. So Titus Leaf Turner is a human ranger, born to a humble woodcutter. Spent much of his youth wandering and working the forest, and with his father, who taught him to hunt and how to hide from creatures that might be a bit too much to handle by himself, and has maintained a modest living as a hunter, tracker, and the occasional town guardsman for hire as he's traveled the land. And most recently had been working in the vicinity of Fortitude, and with the onslaught of the orcs has made his way in to join the resistance.
Very good. And
What's she doing?
she just keeps
Just creeping that way.
creeping that way. Yeah, there, puppy. So we've got Nala. What
English
kind of
Mastiff.
English Mastiff in the basement. I love dogs, and dogs like me too. As she keeps coming closer and closer. Okay, so Lenura has said there's this barricade, and if you head south out of town, not south, it's actually west out of town, which is this red dot right here. There's a road that you've traveled many a times that heads from Fortitude to Neverwinter. And you get a mile or two out of town, then there's a crossroad that heads due south to Helm's Hold. And it's somewhere on that southbound road that this fort, this goblin fort, barricade has been set up. And so the 3 of you estimate it would take no more than a few, from this position, maybe 3-ish hours to walk there. How are you equipped? Do you have all the stuff you need?
Well, I've never been on an adventure before. I think I have everything I need.
Kitchen sink.
What kind of weapon does she carry?
I couldn't find a pitchfork, so I picked a trident. It was the closest I could find.
I like it. So you're carrying a pitchfork and you'll use the trident stats. I'm happy with that.
Titus is equipped with a long bow and a short sword. and leather armor.
Okay. And any words of advice, and or maybe you could tell us about Minnie.
Oh, Minnie, your typical thrown together with household supplies automaton, or construct if you prefer.
Yeah, and this automaton can understand common, but really can't speak it. He can make gestures and point, right?
Yes.
And so you would introduce Minnie. So what kind of defenses does Minnie have?
Oh, not very good ones.
I
got a fork.
This
He's
is gonna go
he's got a bunch of fireplace pokers on his back that he can use as javelins, and then he's also got one attached to his arm that he can use as a dagger. A very pokey dagger, but a dagger nonetheless.
So it's basically a homemade version of what's on screen. Now, it can fly, correct?
Correct. Yeah, it can fly, and it has true sight.
So that's nice. So any instruction to Janice and Titus?
Well, if he blows up, make sure to grab the wand that falls out. Try not to get him blown up.
Don't feed him after midnight.
Yeah.
Making them laugh.
And if you want him to do something, you got to be specific. Telling him to listen to you, but if you're not going to give him good instructions, who knows what happens. This is a new thing, programming. No one understands it.
And what are some of the... I'm trying to get the goal of him going on this mission.
Oh, he just needs to figure out how killing things works. Since we're, at war and such.
And it's really...
No ulterior motives.
And somewhat important that he actually...
Yes, actually gets the final kills.
All right, so Janice and Titus know this now.
Okay.
All right, it's the three of you. Would anyone like to give them some parting gifts?
Locke would cast, what's the spell called? It's been so long. A third level aid on all three of them, so they all get 10 extra hit points.
How many?
10, I think, third level?
You tell
third
us.
Level, so 10 extra hit points to all three of them.
Well, that's fantastic.
doubles
It
our hit points.
triples Minnie's hit points.
All right. And I was thinking Dag will give Janice, because he would know Janice, a potion of healing.
Oh, thank you, Dag. That was so nice of you.
Yeah, you
Don't
bet.
worry, Mr. Zerlock. I'll take really good care of Minnie.
So, are you gonna try to go during the day? The two of you would have your papers, but I don't know about this mini thing. If they see him on the street, they'd be asking questions.
Oh, I have a strategy for that. And Olak will hand you the custom bag of holding he's made. So you can, store Minnie in it and then take Minnie out when you get to where you're going.
Does your guy have papers?
Sure, because I'm sure Dag created something.
Well, what is your background again? What is
Well, I've been around, so
what is your
Hunter.
role? What's your profession? Why are you here?
so I've been a hunter and tracker and guardsman for hire as I've traveled the land for various places.
And so, when confronted by the orcs, what would he tell them? He probably wouldn't tell them he's a guard
No.
or mercenary.
Local hunter.
So
Tracker.
so you provide you would provide fresh meat to the tavern, and you're a woodsman.
Right. Yes.
All right.
So he's from here, so he probably has real papers.
That's well, Janice does for sure. That makes sense. And now we're establishing that he works the Neverwinter Forest and is a local trapper hunter that provided the track bar with food, the city, the town with fresh meat.
Right. Sounds good. Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay. And well, then I guess you would be free to go anytime you want, since you are commonly seen around town and you have your papers.
Right.
And so the discussion is, no time like the present, or if we say it's probably mid-morning, if we call it, but you came out here and you were roused and said, hey, there's a mission, and you met up at the Winterstone table to get debriefed. You've been debriefed, and you go immediately.
Sure, let's go.
Indeed.
So you make your way south out of town, and if we go into, what did I take off? No, there it is. Fortitude. It's not a good picture. Faerun. Yeah. So you head south for your hour, and you're on the road. You're on the road again, heading due south, and
On the road.
on the road again. So you pass the guards, you show them your papers, and you say Titus is escorting Janice to Helm's Hold, and that is, you're going there for supplies, right? You're making a supply run. They pat you down, and they understand why you'd have your protection with you, and she's carrying her pitchfork, and you have your leathers on. That's fine, and they let you go. All right, and after a while, though, you don't see anyone around. Do you keep Minnie in the bag, or do you take them out? At what point do you take them out, or maybe you wait until you see signs of this fort?
I would definitely wait. I would advocate that we
Yeah.
wait until we get close.
And he's kind of unusual looking.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So you're traveling down the road, and it's not long after you start heading south that you see a sign that says "Frumpsh rules all," and it's in really sloppy handwriting, and rules is spelled RULZ, and it's kind of sideways in the ground, and then there's another sign that says "All hail Frumpsh," but this time Frumpsh was spelled differently than the first time, and another sign will say "All fear the mighty Frumpsh" as you walk down the road. And we can activate the prairie. This is kind of what the road looks like. Just a simple.
Someone should really help these orcs with their handwriting. It's not very pretty.
Yeah, well, they're not all that bright.
You walk down a little bit further, and it'll say, "Pay toll ahead," but toll is spelled with like a U instead of a O, and it only has one L. It's like TUL. Pay toll instead ahead.
We gotta
Do
pay.
you know what a tuol is?
There's a guy named Jethro at the side of the road.
Yeah, right. Or the fabric. Well, that's tall. Anyway, no, I'm not sure I know what one is, but I suspect we must be getting close to what the woman came to talk about. It's no coincidence to have signs talking about the orcs. We got to be close.
And
Do we see a line? Do we see any
No.
people backed up behind a toll gate?
no, nothing like that. Another sign might say, "Leave coins or death."
Well, that doesn't sound very nice.
Yeah, well, they're talking a hard line, but I think we can handle it.
Have you pulled Minnie out?
Not yet, because I don't know. I mean, maybe once we have line of sight to a structure, maybe we'll dart into the bushes and pull them out, but I don't want to draw too much attention to ourselves just yet.
Are you carrying the bag, I would assume?
Sure.
It's a nice day. It's interesting. I see your cursors moving around. And it's like little butterflies floating through the sky. Yeah, dragonflies here and there. Just moving down the road. Oh, and you can kind of see the road bends to the left, and there's trees kind of in the middle of that bend. But you can look through the trees, and you can kind of see a pile of logs and an overturned a wagon. And there's certainly a signs on either side. Pay toll ahead. And there's HED instead of HEAD exclamation mark. And then the next sign would say, or lose your head, HED. So now you've seen it. You've seen what you think is it.
Yeah.
And you can kind of see that there's been some sort of spiky barrier lined up, really forcing you, to go through the toll.
Indeed.
I can't even read that number. Can someone read that number?
It's like 100 and... No, closer to 200?
Yeah, so you're like 200 feet out. Now, if you hadn't, weren't paying attention, you probably would have got a lot closer. But you knew it was coming, and so you believe this to be
This phase.
it.
Well, and based on our time, right? We said it was, I'm sure we're sort of mentally keeping track of our
Yeah,
pace and whatever. So we know we're about 3 hours out.
yeah.
We've watched the sun and, whatever. So I would say, we pull up to this large grove of trees or bush right here on the right, just before the bend. And maybe that's where we
You kind of duck in.
disembark Minnie here. Yeah, exactly. Right about there. Now, is that like a cluster of trees that we
Yeah,
can pass through?
This is a pretty big tree, right? These smaller ones are more like bushes,
Okay.
right? These are smaller trees, a medium-sized tree.
Okay.
So you got some cover here.
Right. All right. So let's see. But we haven't seen any goblins yet. Doesn't seem. No activity. They must not have guards posted this deep down the road if they're, or they would have made their presence known by now, I suspect.
Yeah. So give me the two of you, if you want to give me a perception check.
Sure thing.
Nice.
Oh, these butterflies are beautiful.
Aren't they though? With my 5.
You guys are oblivious. Oh, I shouldn't have given you what I gave you. Yeah, I mean, you've been
Hell, there's a
expecting.
wagon.
So are we going to pay the toll? I would hate to lose my head.
Their first level, you know.
I
Can't expect too much.
No, we're not going to pay the toll. We were sent here to remove the toll.
bust the toll.
Okay.
You were lacked perception. You're not dumb.
Right.
Well, she's also not that smart either.
Inexperienced.
She's also very inexperienced.
All right, you got what you got, right? You're happy to have given you the upside down wagon surrounded by logs,
Right.
and you can see off along there seems to be some sort of barricade preventing the pass.
All right.
How would you like to approach this?
Walk up and kill him.
Well, there is that.
George!
We haven't found them yet.
Yeah. My guess is they're probably tucked in that wagon. I see some appear to be holes in the side. I don't know if those are arrow slits. We should.
Well, you're
proceed
200 feet out. You
Oh.
can't really see that yet.
Oh, fine. Okay.
And in cover.
Yeah.
You see there's a structure up there.
Okay. All right. Well, we came here to bust the toll, so let's proceed, but we'll proceed with caution. Minnie?
Caution, you've been reading too many orc signs.
Sorry. Caution. Yeah. Caution.
Porsche.
Caution.
Caution. Yeah. Okay.
I didn't bring any caution.
I'm gonna wear that all
No one
night.
told me to bring caution.
Corsets.
What is it?
I guess just walk up there and find out where the mean orcs are.
Well, we know where the orcs are. These are goblins.
So as soon as they're dead, we're gonna go to
Find where the mean goblins are.
It's about 5 minutes. What do we got?
All right. Let's approach, but let's do so with caution.
Is that like caution?
Really? It's gonna be a long night. All right.
long night.
Yeah, because we're not busy looking at our sheets or anything. All we got to do is heckle you.
Awesome.
Why don't we
That's my
establish
favorite.
a turn order here?
Oh.
And so go ahead and roll some initiative.
I know.
Who rolled a 2?
The guy who's
Thomas.
peeing in the bushes.
13.
Janice?
10.12999999999.
All right, and Janice?
4.
Nice. Okay. Like it. Okay, where's my sort? Titus.
Oh, I'm leading off, huh? All right. All right. Let's see how we're gonna go.
About 30 feet to that bush, that little bush.
Yeah. All right. Oh, we're tied together.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
There you go.
Nope, still tied together.
Told Minnie to follow us, right?
Why are you tied to...
When I grabbed
Somebody was able to move it.
that was
Yeah,
me.
but just do a click and drag. You probably have them all selected when we came onto this page.
Not me.
We can drag in an empty spot.
Where would you like to go, Titus?
Right there.
Right here?
Yeah.
All right. All right. That's your move.
Yep. And I will. I'll have my bow in my hand, but I'm not gonna knock an arrow just yet. I'm just gonna have my bow at the ready, and I will hold the dodge action for anything that comes sailing at me.
Okay. and then we'll have Minnie, who kind of looks at Janice like, and it's like, what do you want me to do? Unless Ken, you want to control it.
No, Minnie's an automaton.
Yeah, Janice will. I know it's not Janice's turn, but Janice will have told Minnie, stay very close to me.
There we go.
All right. In that case, I will take that very literally and fly right behind her.
All right, Janice, you're up.
And can Minnie
And
hold-
dodge.
Well, I was wondering if Minnie could hold his movement to essentially shadow.
Well, now he's confused because you said in one breath, stay right behind him, and now in the next breath, you're saying, do something different.
I said stay close, but if I move, that order still holds. Stay close. You would try to stay close.
Yeah, well, so as you move, it moves.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. If as I move, because
Yeah.
otherwise Minnie will be 30 feet behind us.
Yeah.
At all times.
Once you tell it to
Okay.
move, to follow you, it follows you. So where do you want to end up?
Yeah, right by Titus.
All right, so you move up behind Titus.
We'll dance.
All right.
Make a little love.
All right. So we're back to Titus.
All right. Let's see here. We're going to take this. I won't make it that far. All right.
Look like little orbit feet underneath the tree there sticking out.
Tell me where you want to be here, and I'll help you out.
I want to be up by this
So-
yellow bush.
So here.
Yes.
All right. Any actions?
No. I still have bow in hand, and I'm still holding a dodge in the event that anything comes sailing my way.
And
Arrows, spears.
Janice, would I suspect that you follow?
Yeah.
You're kind of trying to stay in cover, and so each of you give me a stealth check with advantage.
Better things. Stealth.
16.
23.
Yeah. All right. There's no indication that they've spotted you,
All right.
so we're back to Titus again.
All right.
Indication we spotted them either.
Yeah.
Right. That's true. Let's
News is they can't see us. Bad news is we can't see them. We don't even know what we're up against yet. But we're really good at hiding.
I want to go to the right. I want to go as far as my normal movement allows, like that yellow, between the small yellow bush and the bigger green tree. Yeah, over there. Or as far as my 30 feet will go in that
Yeah.
direction.
Okay, that's good enough.
Yep.
All right, and they kind of flutter along behind you.
You're a stinker. Yes, you are.
All right.
All right, and as you are about to take your next turn, you see
You're
on
really
top.
good at this sneaking, Mr. Titus.
I don't know if I can.
You see something sit up on top of the structure. It like rubs its side of its face, yawns, and it pulls something up that and puts it on its eye, and it starts looking around. And so why don't we start with a fate check here? And since you've been so stealthy, though, I'm going to make it very unlikely. You've got things under control. Very unlikely spotted.
Right.
All right. Is yes favorable? That'd be a no. All right. And to chat we go. Nope. So you see him sit up before your turn. You kind of duck behind the bush.
All right. So is it my turn again? Is that where we are? My turn again?
Yeah, your turn again.
All right. Well, he's technically in range. Thinking about knocking an arrow and taking a shot at this guy. Because there's a lot of open field in front of us, and I really don't want to put myself out in the open like that, but I'm going to take a shot.
All right. Now, is it you still have regular? You don't have disadvantage at this length with your bow?
Well, let's see.
It's 110 feet.
It's a something/something.
Range is 150 versus 600, so
All right,
he's
yeah. it's
comfortably in
with-
range.
All right.
So
600 with
Yeah.
disadvantage. Is that what it would be?
Yeah.
Wow.
that's where you're just lobbing it.
Yeah, but still 600.
All right. Let's see here. That's 22 to hit.
22 to hit. Well, what do you do for damage?
11.
11. So you see, and it lands right in the side of his head, and he falls off the side. Ah! Yeah!
Excellent.
All right. So I don't know, Janice or Minnie. Janice, what do you have any reaction to that?
Oh, wow. That was a really good shot, Mr. Titus.
The vapors.
Thanks.
Are
A
you
lot
both
of practice.
Are you both human?
As far as I know, I
yeah.
am.
Yeah.
If I wasn't married.
You should show Mr. Graybell how to do that. Yeah, so Janice, you just saw that, and he moved.
Oh my god. That was such a good shot.
No. Janice is going to stay behind Titus. Well, no. Janice will ask Titus, should I go up and check on them?
Hey, go up and take their pulse.
Well, no, I don't want to check on the dead one. He's dead. I do want to see if we can't locate the other. Certainly, this gate isn't being held by one goblin. Why
Can you
don't
stay back here and shoot arrows? Do you want me to go ahead and get them out of there?
There's more.
Yeah, what's bear with me here. Check something. Oh, it's too far.
Oh. What are you looking for?
I've got a shield. I'll probably be okay.
You have a shield with you?
Yeah. Just like a simple wooden.
Yeah. Bolt. What do they call bolter? Bowler.
Well, there's a buckler.
Buckler.
There's a small,
Buckler's
slightly
one.
bigger than your fist.
That's what I was thinking.
All right, Janice. Why don't you head towards that that small yellow bush closer to the road? If they see somebody on the road, maybe that'll draw them out. Minnie, you stay with me now.
Beep.
So the body fell.
Wow, what role playing?
The
I've got a defensive fighting style that I could. If that's why I told Minnie to stay close. Because if Minnie is within 5 feet of me, then I can like deflect any attack.
Oh, well then,
Or at least
by all
reduce
means,
the damage.
I didn't know that, so he can stay with you. Disregard. Stay with her.
Beep.
For your Oscar
Just
consideration.
Mastercraft.
to there.
So, but you're inside that bush, more or less, right?
Kind of like just on the front side of it.
So you know that the goblin fell off between the structure and the logs, so you can't see its body anymore. And it made quite a commotion. And from this distance, what do you think, guys? Can you hear this far? Can you hear 100 feet away?
They're yelling.
Yeah, if they're yelling.
Yeah, you probably hear some commotion coming from around near and around that structure.
All right. Who's up?
Yeah. So she moved up.
Okay. No one's approached. All right. Let's see. All right. Well, if it's my turn, then I would like to move. Here we go again. I want to go. Sorry. I want to go around to the front of this tree bush thing, the green one. Leave my cursor
So where do you go? Say it again.
down and to the right. Yeah,
Down and to the right.
yeah, right in that vicinity.
Down and to the right.
So into here.
Yeah, thereabouts. Yeah,
All right. Now these logs are kind of piled up. They're probably 5-6 feet tall
sure,
as they lay.
that's fine.
Okay.
All right, so that's my movement. At this point, having heard the commotion, I will knock an arrow this time. So I'm like waiting at the ready. I mean, I'm not going to draw because that wastes energy, but I'm knocked and ready to go. And any aggressive motion from anybody in that vicinity coming towards her is going to get it. Is going to catch it.
Okay. Janice.
Janice will continue moving forward.
All right. How?
Just more like straight at them.
All right. Yeah, so now the structure is within 70 feet. I mean, you can hear there's commotion inside of it, but you really can't see. You can see that there's more of these holes on this end of the wagon as well.
Wait for them to come to us, Mr. Minnie.
Beep.
And we're back to Titus.
All right.
You can move and dash
Yeah, that's what I'm working on. I'm just trying to figure out where I want to go.
if you want behind that little bush.
Yes, I do.
So you move and dash to there. All right. Okay.
All right.
You're still some 60 plus feet away.
I forgot we could dash, didn't I?
And
Been
still,
dodging all the time, though, right?
you hear him talking inside of there, but you don't see him yet. You might be able to see that there's maybe like a torch light. No, not during the day. Not during the day. There's enough cracks in the wagon that they get natural light. So we're back to Janice.
Yes, Janice will tell me. Oh, well, let's move all the way up. See if we can get them out. We'll wait until they attack us.
Yeah, well, you continue moving forward, right? And I'm going to stop you. When you get
Okay.
about there, a couple arrows are let loose towards you. And so one at Janice, a natural 20. Ugh. The other one at Minnie
Have
is...
we been moving slow enough that Minnie's been able to dodge all the way?
Yes.
Well, if Janice is still alive, she will try to protect me.
Remember, you have those extra 10 hit points.
That is true. If Janice is still alive, she'll try to protect me.
All right. So this is a short bow. I lost my internet connection again on this damn laptop. So a short bow, I believe, does a D6, and the goblins, I'm giving them a +2, so their max damage would be 8, and then we'd roll a D6 on top of that. I rolled a 2, so 10 points of damage to Janice.
There were all your bone. There went the extras.
Damage, Janice.
Yep.
Damn it, Janet. So I don't know, is she still up?
Yeah. That was all the extra hit points that.
The 10 extra that you got, right?
And those are technically temporary, right?
Those are technically temporary hit points.
Okay.
No, they increase your maximum.
Ooh.
Well,
That's the nice thing about 8. It actually increases your maximum hit points.
nice.
All right.
So you
For
made
8 hours.
you went forward about 15 feet, maybe half your normal distance when you got pegged with the arrows. Do you alter your path at all, or what do you do?
Now, did any hit me?
One hit Janice as a critical hit.
Yeah.
The other one missed Minnie. Or
Okay.
it's hard to know what he was aiming at, if it was you or him.
Well, that really hurt. What would Janice do? This is her first experience getting shot at.
Yeah.
It's not as fun as they make it sound. So she pulls an arrow out of her leg. Ow.
You have 15 feet of movement left.
Let's hide behind this bush, so we'll try to
Get some cover. All right.
get some cover.
And that was their held action. That was Titus's turn. Minnie hasn't been given any instruction.
Yeah, so he'll just dodge.
All right. And now it's the goblin's turn. And so they have you see them, they a hatch pops open on top of the cart, and one pokes out, and they pull back what looks like a big slingshot, and they're firing a bag of some wobbly mass, and we're gonna see how they do. 4. So they try to fire this bag of mass, and it plops kind of right in front of them, right in this area. Blah, 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 blah. And it's all black. It splashes down, and then he ducks back under the trapdoor in the bottom.
Did it look like it was just a liquid, or are we talking like something?
I think it's obvious enough that it's an oil.
Okay.
And we're gonna go to Titus.
All right. Now, question 1 is, and shame on me for not. I thought I was knocked and ready, and if anybody came out.
But you moved and dashed, so you used up
that's
your
right.
action.
That's right. I forgot. Thank you. Okay. Well, then. Let's see here. Check on one thing. What's that do? Come back here. Okay, doesn't do as much. All right. Okay. Distance. Can we get to the tree? Just shy of the tree.
Comfortable chair will put you to sleep, man.
Yep. 1 week.
All right. I'd like to get. I'd like to get as close to that. There, yeah. My normal movement.
So your normal movement is 30
30.
feet, right? So you're gonna get about in here somewhere.
Yeah, but yeah, there you go. About there.
All right.
That's a little shy, dude.
Okay. It wasn't much more than that.
Okay. I thought it.
No, you started back here. Oh, I don't know.
Okay. All right.
I'll
Fair
move you
enough.
forward another 5. I don't care. Right? You want to be 5 feet closer? Sure. Be 5 feet closer. There you go.
All right. Okay, so I've moved. We see the stuff. Movement. So,
You still have an action.
yep. Let's see, how far is it from me to the thing? It's a hike. All right. Can't throw anything that far.
You do think that if you went up, you could sit, down, and you'd pretty much have total cover behind these logs.
Right.
Of course, unless they lob something over it.
Right. No, I'm content to be where I am. As far as an action goes, let's see here.
Do you think they've seen you?
Hard to say. I mean, they're
Well, what you do know is you moved out of cover and they didn't react.
right. So,
Now, they did do this whole
Right.
oil attack.
yeah,
Towards them,
right,
not you.
right. Yeah, I was trying to flank for a reason. So my action is I'd like to use my tinder box and light a torch.
Okay?
And I'm gonna place it next to me so that if I want to, I can make a flaming arrow.
Nice.
And that's my action.
Okay. Janice? Or actually, it's Minnie who's taking the dodge action. So Janice?
And since I guess Minnie has no free will of his own, but I'll consult with you on this. What are your thoughts?
Well, we could get up to the logs, and then, because I think we'd have to dash to get there, and then you could drop prone and hope they don't come and, stab you with a dagger.
The 30 feet will get us to the oil. Kind of that range. To the logs, oil, or that bush thing that's there.
Yeah, that kind of makes
So-
sense. Kind of thinking it might make sense for Minnie to start flying up above at some point.
You might not want to stay in front of all the holes in the front.
Yeah, it's also true.
Isn't also, very experienced with tactical
Thank you.
flanking maneuvers and stuff like that. So, well, there's not much we can do from there. So I'm thinking, we'd probably keep moving forward. Probably to here.
Yeah, you dash forward and nothing happens. I mean, you can definitely hear commotion within the wagon now.
And
We're trying to take cover behind the log.
Yeah, so that log's probably a nice 3 feet, 3+ feet in diameter. And so with the other one there, that's another 3-ish feet on top. So right where you're at, you have pretty nice cover.
And Janice will tell Minnie, if he pops out, throw one of your pokers at him.
All right. So I've already dodged, so that'll be next turn. That'll be my action.
Okay.
Dodged. Yeah, but
So Janice, you still have an action.
yeah, I don't have a lot of ranged attacks. not without like just throwing my weapon at them.
I mean,
So
Vinny has like 5 javelins on his back. If you would like to take one.
okay, yeah. Janice would pull a javelin off the back of Minnie and hold an action to throw it at anything that pops out of the hatch.
Okay. All right, and that's your turn. And about then, their heads pop out, and they're going to throw another thing of oil at you. So a 17.
Well, doesn't she get her reaction?
Doesn't
She get her reaction?
She does. So as soon as they stand up and they're starting to get ready to do this, you throw your javelin at them. Go ahead. Janice? Wes?
22 to hit.
22 to hit. Nice. Roll your damage.
6.
6 points of damage. You hit him square in the shoulder. Kind of turns him around, but he maintains his feet. He doesn't look good as it went through and not through and through, but it pierced him, and it's you can see, as he turns around, you can see it went through to the other side as it has gone through, and he's and so he's
Drops the oil on himself.
well, he rolled a 7. Was it 17 or 16? 17 was the first one hit. So he gets turned around, and then it's a 12, but he loses his aim. And so let's see what happens to that glob of oil as it goes off this away. Come on. Why isn't it doing it?
Underneath the logs. It's there. It's just
Oh, I see. Yeah. So it's kind of in that space. The logs over there are covered now in oil. And we're back to Titus.
All right. Perfect. So. Oh, yeah, I got it there. All right. So, I will grab my lit torch.
Oh, and of course, he went back down.
Sure.
Right? Oh, he tried to. Could he
Got
get
something sticking out of his back and his front.
Dexterity check. We're going to set the difficulty at 14. 15 on the die. So he's able to contort his body to get back down into the trapdoor. What?
Oh, no, I was going to ask about Minnie, but you said he dodged, so he was going to throw it next turn.
Yeah, that's right. Well,
If
no.
something's still there, then throw it.
That's the instruction he got this turn for next turn, right? All right, so we're back to Titus.
So, I grab my torch and I scamper up here to this first pile of oil that just came out.
Yeah. Yeah, so you saw that happen. Come on.
All right. So that was roughly half my movement. I'm going to light that oil on fire. Start these logs on fire. And then, if I've got enough movement left, I would like to move over to Janice and Minnie, and I want to light the other one on fire. As I wave them back a little bit. Because I don't want them to be.
So 5, 10, 15. Well, you guys don't move yet.
Right.
It's not your turn. Now you can't quite just touch it with your torch. You can
Sure.
give it a little toss though,
Well,
or you can wait until next turn.
at this point we're covered, right? Because we're below the wall.
You would be covered from any hole on the side. If someone came over the top,
Maybe not.
they would have an angle at you,
Okay. All right.
and they know where you're at.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going all in. I will toss my torch to try to ignite this puddle over
Yeah,
here.
give me difficulty AC 5, right? Make an attack on the spot. It'd be really easy. It's just right there.
Hang on.
Plus,
Plus.
Throwing something at the ground and you missed.
Well,
he needs the plus.
what'd you roll on the die?
A +4.
Okay, well, you certainly have a +1.
I have +3 on an unarmed. I mean, it's.
Oh, this would be you're throwing something, so it's your dexterity.
Oh, that's +5. So
All
that's a
right.
9.
Yeah. All right. So
Barely touches it.
all right. So you have some fire on either side of you.
Excellent.
All right, and so we go to Titus. Minnie. Minnie looks frantically either side. There's fire all of a sudden.
Yep. He was told to take a step back away from the fire,
Yes.
so he will do that, and then he'll ready his action to throw the javelin. Could Minnie drop prone?
Sure.
Right? Because that's range attacks get disadvantage if you're prone. Am I remembering that right?
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Then yeah, Minnie will drop prone as well,
Okay.
unless he then won't be able to attack.
I mean, he
Well,
won't be able to attack if he's prone.
He can attack prone.
Oh, awesome.
And then you don't have any advantage or disadvantage unless you're attacking something that's prone or under cover. Now, you can't, in a prone state, it's harder to see the whole structure, right? But.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm looking for a head popping up anyway. So.
That's right. Janice, what do you do? Flames on either side of you.
Thick billowing smoke.
The oil is.
Black.
Oil
Black
is.
as night.
That seems like a little bit exaggeration. The smoke itself is a nice thick gray though from the oil. Janice?
He's thinking.
Head on mute.
One might
Don't
say
you think
that's a
that'll
big
attract some
50%
attention?
cover.
It's not about attention. It's about destroying this structure.
Okay, Mr. Titus.
Kill!
Let's see. That's 10 feet. That's 20 feet, but leaves me out in the open. Does it look like you could... It's like if I went over here, does it look like you could like climb over and through the logs?
Yeah. So I mean, the three of them stacked together is well over 10 feet tall.
Okay.
But you can, climb through in between them.
Over here. Yeah. Let's swap places.
Okay, that's your movement. Just close to it. Because you probably went around.
Yeah, I went around because there's probably like oil and fire.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Right.
in here. So,
So that's gonna be difficult terrain through there, right?
Okay, so it would probably take my full move and dash to get through there to the door, is what you're saying.
Well, that door's on top of the structure, remember? You can't see that. You just know it's there because they popped out twice.
Okay. I was thinking it was kind of like tilted on its side, but
Yeah.
you're saying
This structure is about 10 feet tall.
Okay. And are there any like openings along the sides?
Well, you saw some of those hole. You saw a hole like this on the end, and it's hard for you to see the side that you're facing now because you're behind all those logs.
Okay.
You might assume there's got to be a way in, but there's a trapdoor on top.
Okay. I'll take dodge action, and then next turn I'll use my move and dash to get up to it.
I think the last thing Minnie heard was throw a javelin if you see him.
Yep.
And take a step back and he dropped prone. So kind of like he's on one knee and poised to throw. Any adjustment to that, Ken?
No, I think that's right.
I can see him
Bonus action.
looking nervously left, right, and forward like, what the heck am I doing? All right, and we're back to the goblin's turn. And a fresh one is going to pop its head out with a bow. And he's going to take a shot. He sits up and he looks left, right. He sees Titus is the best target, and he shoots a 16. That's an 18. Likely hits.
Oh,
What
does
about
my throw go off first?
Yes. Yep. Go ahead and throw your javelin.
Oh, that's a 12.
Yep, and that's a miss.
Ooh, that's max damage
7 points of damage on
on a miss. Yeah, it's very sad.
7 points of damage on the arrow hit on Titus.
It's most of the bonus.
All right, we are to Titus. You just got hit by an arrow. And of course he drops back down into the trapdoor after he.
All right. All right. Not good.
That wood looks bone dry on that wagon.
Yeah, no joke.
It's a tinderbox waiting to go.
Huh?
It's a tinderbox.
Didn't
waiting
need any
to go.
prompting. That's where I was headed. All right. Where's my measurement? This way and this way. Yep. I can get there. Well, I guess we have to. Do we? Is it? I mean, I don't know. A round is a. What I want to know is my torch still viable? Like, could I pick it up from where I tossed it
Oh,
by
yeah.
its handle and use it to?
Get torch. It just happened.
Yes, is favorable.
And yes is favorable. I'd say the chaos level is back up.
Pretty good,
And who?
yeah. It hasn't
I
been
can say
that long.
likely.
Yeah. Thank you.
Not. It's a little better than 50-50. Let's see what happens.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So I would like to. How do
So you
get-
move forward. You grab the torch. That's
Yep.
5 of your feet.
Yeah, and then I want to.
It's hot next to that fire.
Yeah. I want to move. I want to go.
So 5,
Screen left.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Sure. And then I want to try to land it on that in that corner where the wheel is,
Mm-hmm.
and lob it in there.
Again, super easy. 5 feet. So AC 5. Give it a little toss.
Oh, that's much better. That's 14.
14. Yeah, you landed. I mean, it's probably you were aiming for this kind of spoke right there, and so it lands there. It's leaning, but does it catch it on fire?
At
So,
least in the first turn.
huh?
At least in the first turn.
Catch on fire.
Favorable, yes.
Favorables, yes. Yeah, I'm gonna say sure. That's just a complete 50-50.
Yeah.
There's dry grass there. It could.
Sure.
That is treated wood, maybe. I don't know. So it's 50-50.
Wait, treated wood in this time and age.
Well, he means treated with something.
Something. Yeah.
Lacquer
I don't
or-
mean like.
Painted or
Not pressure treated.
Paint would make it more flammable.
Arsenic.
Let's see.
modern.
So that's been around
Exceptional, yes.
forever.
Exceptional last. So it hits that, and there's dried grass out there, it instantly catches on fire.
Awesome.
That wheel,
Gentle gust of wind stokes the flame.
Creosote would make it more flammable.
maybe it was the paint on it was extra flammable. I don't know. So that's your turn.
Yes. Moved and set things on fire.
Okay.
Made the wagon into a tar pitch or something.
That's right.
Yeah, there we go.
That was Titus. Minnie is kind of just sitting out there. Well, no longer. I guess it draws another javelin since that was the last thing it had.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it was his last directive.
And he's kind of prone, so he has cover and disadvantage on attacks against it. Janice, what are you gonna do?
I will do my move and dash to.
Well, let's just use your move to start with. As you crawl through here and you start to poke your head over this, well, that uses your normal movement to get right in there, right? You could easily flop over and from there you see that there's a door on the backside of this thing. It's small, it's a goblin-sized door, but there's a door. And you see the dead body of that other goblin laying on the ground in front of it. So that now you're informed. Now you have your action or a movement if you want it.
Yeah, so I'll use the rest to get to the door.
You drop over and move to the door. Now on this side they did have arrow slits, but they weren't really manned because they're kind of focused on the other side. There's no indication that they've seen you come yet. So you moved up to the door. Your kind of back is against the wagon. And I think you've moved. That's your whole turn there, unless I missed something.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah.
All right. The goblin are going to. They look through this murder hole, this little arrow slot, and 2 shots are taken out toward Titus. So the natural 1 is going to miss,
Sure enough.
but the 15 plus 2 is a 17.
Yep.
That's a D6 plus 2. Not that one. Not that one either.
I don't know where it went. Oh, there it went.
No, we're not eating them.
Yeah, thanks. 6 points of damage.
Howie. Dang it. It's gonna get more accurate than I
Light 'em on fire.
They are on fire.
That was the goblin's turn. It's back to Titus.
Ouch.
Nightmares about to come true.
If only. Ow. I don't like that. All right.
So you lit all the grass on fire, now you lit the wagon on fire.
Yup.
They're still inside it?
Yup.
Well, it hasn't penetrated through the
Okay.
wagon yet.
Okay.
Yet.
Brace the doors. Let them burn.
I would like to. How do you get the little hand to appear? You just hold it really long.
The X gives you the little pointer.
X. Which X?
X on the keyboard.
Oh, X on the keyboard. Okay. I want to go here. It will not. It doesn't use all my
No.
movement,
Lay down.
but I'm trusting that they're not going to be able to
Yeah,
angle that
yeah,
arrow hole
right,
that
sure.
well. You know, I'm going to be like flat up against.
Yeah.
Toss your hand grenade in.
Yeah. Don't
I was thinking the same. It's be a perfect time for a hand grenade.
Well, Minnie's kind of it. You know.
If only
You have an
Gimbal-
action.
If only if Gimbal was here. This is super.
Dodge or
Do you have any orders for Minnie?
Wait for
Maybe?
one of them to pop out.
Land in your lap.
you gonna shout to Minnie to do something? But that's a free action.
Yeah. So I will. I'll tell Minnie to hover above that trapdoor. Hover above this
That's what I
wagon,
was thinking.
so he can shoot down
All right.
or strike
So-
downward.
So that's 16 feet. So he would be approximately 15 feet above it.
That's,
So that would be Minnie's turn. And so you're still saying to throw a javelin if it opens?
yeah, but from above.
From above. Yeah.
Aerial assault.
Yeah.
And then for myself, that's a free action.
Oh, but he's
yell.
prone. So he's going to use
Yeah.
half his movement to stand up. Then he can get up 15 feet in the air. So you won't be able to get above it, but you can get up in the air.
Right.
Unless he dashes.
Then he won't be able to drop that.
Right.
Then he won't be attacked.
No, I want him to be able to
So-
defend himself or attack. So,
He couldn't.
So tell him what to do.
so get up as high as you can, and be ready to strike at anything that comes out that door.
All right. So he gets unproned, all right, and moves 15 feet up, straight up in the air.
Right, and he can shoot down. So
Oh,
that was my
yeah.
command.
All right.
So that was the free action. I moved, free action, and then
You still have an action.
I still have an action. I'm gonna. I don't know if it counts as an action, but I'm gonna stow my bow and pull out my short sword.
Sure.
I'm about to get
That's
into
a,
close
still
combat.
stowing your bow would be an action. Actually,
Yeah.
if you just dropped it,
That would, yeah.
that would
but
be
I
free.
want to keep it on me,
Yeah,
so,
so
I will
you
use
stowed
the
it.
action to
All right.
swap weapons.
All right. Very
right.
good. And then we're to Minnie, and you rise.
Yep.
I'm just gonna put some icon in it. That don't worry about what it is, right? And move you up 15-ish feet.
Yep.
So that's
Then I've got my javelin ready to go.
Right.
all right. And Janice, there's a door right there. Smoke off to your left, with your back to the wall. What do you do?
Yeah, I'm debating whether Janice would be brave enough to start it on her own, or if she would wait for them to come out. I think she would wait for them to come out.
So what does she do? Holds an action, pounds on the door, and holds an action for them to come out.
Yeah, well, I don't think I have anything in my
Break off the goblin.
You don't think you have what?
anything in my inventory which would help.
Right,
Checking.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty meager selection there.
You're just a farm girl at heart.
Yeah. But she's tough farm girl.
That's right. With your trident, your pitchfork you named Trident.
Nice.
Yeah. So would knock on the door, and then would kind of get ready to ambush them.
And you just hear, yeah! You hear him kind of screaming inside. And so that's your turn, right? So you can kind of see arrow, both of you from either side. You can see a arrow kind of poke its way out, but not let loose. And again, the trap door opens, and Minnie, you get a javelin attack from
That's an 18 to hit.
plus 5 points of damage.
Yep.
All right. Again, you hit it strong. This time, it didn't go through, but it stuck in and drew a big piece of blood as it steadies itself. Dexterity check on the goblin. 17. It passes its dexterity check. It then pours the oil over the side on top of Titus. This is, okay, DC 5, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nat 20. Ooh. Nat 20, but it was just oil. All right. So you are now soaked in that oil.
Awesome.
Are you carrying that torch?
No, I threw it. I threw it at the wheel.
You threw it at the.
Yeah, right. Titus, the human candle.
Yeah. Thankfully, you threw it at the wheel as this corner is. But now you're drenched in head to toe in oil. All right, and feeling very flammable you are.
I'm
right?
sure.
And now it is Titus's turn.
All right.
And it ducked back. Of course, it ducked back down underneath.
Go pick up the torch.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, Titus, go pick up the torch.
Torch, yeah. No.
Johnny, did you put torch Halloween costume?
I can only do it once. Okay, my turn. This is not good. Man, I'm not sure how we're going to resolve this. Well, you know what? Let's see. How much movement is that going to take me? Okay, that's happening. I'd like to climb up on top of the wagon.
Okay. All right. In your oiled state, you try. Now, I said it was 10 feet, right? So you try to jump up and grab it with your oily hands. So give me a strength check. And I'm sorry, that's got to be a disadvantage because of the oil.
Okay.
Slippery when wet.
Slippery when wet. Disadvantage. That would be 3 all total.
3 also. I mean, you jump up and your hands touch the top, and they just kind of slide right off. It wasn't necessarily strength as much as the slipperiness.
Right.
But that's your action.
Yep.
You still have movement if you want it, but you know if you move away from this, those slots are going to see you.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, if someone comes out with a torch and drops it on top of you,
It's
you're
over.
you're going to have a bad day.
It's a bad day.
Right.
Stop, drop, and roll.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, you could stop, drop, and roll. You could try to roll around in the dirt at least a little bit.
Right. Yeah,
But you've used your action. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
And then instructions for Minnie if you have any. Well, his last thing was he'd fly above it, and he would fly be up like this.
Right. So he's got a better straight down. Yeah. So that to me that direction still holds. Get to being directly above.
Anything else for you?
I want to move.
I mean, you could move here.
I want to go that way. So enough. I want to start making my way to the rear, but I do not want to put myself.
You put yourself right next to that next arrow slit, and it's to the point where they can actually sense you there, but they can't get an angle with their bow.
Right, and I'll keep my short sword at the ready. If an arrow comes out, I'll swat it.
Nice. Okay, Minnie, you do what you're told, right? You fly above the hole, and you're probably
How far above the ground am I?
you're 15 feet above the ground now, which is about 5 feet above the height of the wagon.
Could Minnie fly down, grab the torch, and then fly back to where he is?
Well, he's going to take some fire damage reaching into the fire like that.
Oh, well, that's not great.
It's probably just a
plan.
D6, but you're moving into fire.
Yeah, sure, let's do it. All right, yeah, he'll do that.
All right.
He'll run in, grab the torch, and
So
fly back.
15 feet ish down, and 10, and then where do you go from there?
Back up to probably where he was.
All right. So you now have the torch, and you took only 1 point of damage.
Nice.
Come on.
All right, he's down to 14.
So we had told Minnie to go over to the hatch. So is he
Well,
disobeying orders?
he disobeyed that order.
All right.
He's showing some independent thinking.
Problem solving. I'm all right with that.
Yep.
Change his name to
How
Hal.
close to the hatch is Minnie at this point?
Let's.
Oh, he said, "Mom's away."
I think the 20 feet is pretty good to guess.
And the wagon's on fire.
Okay. He will hold his action to throw the torch into the hole if it opens up and a goblin appears.
All right, Janice. They don't seem to be coming out. At least not yet.
Yeah.
They don't
So
want to leave their
Janice-
protective shelter either.
That's on fire.
Janice would yell to
It's
Titus.
been 30 seconds.
Hey, Mr. Titus,
Actually,
there's
more
a
like
door
12.
back here.
Excellent. Can you get it open?
I haven't tried.
Give it a poke.
Well, you probably heard her.
Right.
Bang on it, but not like she hasn't actually tried to open it. Does it look like, is there a doorknob or anything on it? Does it look like it opens in, opens out?
Let's see. It would open. It would open pulled in for an outside door. Would normally pull in.
Right, so she can ram it.
Yeah,
Or
potentially.
attempt to.
Like, is it just a hatch or is it like a door with a doorknob? Like what?
Oh no! It is a loosely hinged door. You could probably see cracks all around it. If it would be a very flimsy latch, if anything. There's probably a wood thing that kind of flops over just to hold it shut, but that's about all it is. But that would be on the inside.
Right. Wail on it.
Okay, so Janice will try to break it.
So you step in front of it and you kick in the door.
Yeah.
Give me a strength check. Very easy. 10, yeah. The whatever piece of board, kind of the nail just kind of opens up and the door swings in, and the light shines in there. You see the beady eyes of three goblins that their head turns and look at you, and they bare their yellow teeth.
Yeah, and two of them are bleeding.
Two of them are bleeding and not looking so good. A third one is kind of off to your left, and has an arrow wrapped in cloth, and he's striking it with a flint. And that is where we're going to end.
Yes. Yeah, we
Well,
need
you're
these.
ugly little fellows.
Nice. Yeah, we gotta get these guys. There we go. Yeah, I want to make sure these guys get their time.
All right.
Yeah, well, we monopolized most of the last session. So
Meanwhile, back in Port Last, we had just avoided a battle because Timber.
Because of the wonderful things he does.
Yeah, Shimber charmed Dillyroar and convinced her not to attack you, and Ruckus did some charming and said, "Hey, we just want a boat," and she said, "That's fine, you can have a boat, but what are you going to give me?" And we learned that she wanted, basically, she wanted to be. She wanted the port. She wanted to be queen of the port. She wanted to run the port. She didn't want those nasty orcs bossing her around at all. And so she wants your help with that. And Shimmer says, well, maybe you could do something more for her? Sweeten that deal. Like, stroke her ego. What might you do to a boat that would make her feel really honored?
Oh. Name it after her.
Yes, we will. When we find a boat we can fix up, we will name the honorable vessel after you.
And she thinks about that for a second. And she starts to smile. The Dillyroar Navy. Yes. I like that. I like that. And
We will call you Admiral.
now, realizing she's still under the charm of Shimber, so what's going to happen in about 60 seconds? And she turns around and she starts moving off.
Did we ask her or the other giants? Are there any boats around here that are?
And they
Close
literally
to
picked one up, and the back half fell over often, and they started to hand it to. And she kind of slapped and said, "Dumbass." As she's just kind of in wonderment about the idea of having a boat named after her. and this guy, what is it? Gruelitart, is, what do you want us to do, Dilly Roar? And she says, I don't know, give him a ship. And he looks at the one, half the boat that's in his hands. You told me not to give him this boat.
It's broke.
Help
Boat
us
is broke.
We
Yeah.
can go pick out our own boat.
Well, yeah, maybe they could help us move pieces around and put together one that works.
Or find the one that is still intact.
If there are any, yeah.
And Shimmer turns around and says, "Keep singing! Don't stop singing!" Don't. And wherever he goes, the animals all kind of follow him, surround him.
That's why.
Indeed.
So let's go find a boat that's suitable for our needs.
Yeah, if there's any that are still intact or close to it.
So we split up.
Well, I mean, you do have Shimber right there.
Okay, we could ask him.
So
Yeah.
let's just. I have a turn order. Gloin. This is from last time. I would make it your turn. It's Gloin, Dillarar, Varinka, Shimber, Grultart, Ruckus, Rugneck.
Where am I?
You are on top of this building in dragon form.
Oh.
Oh. And that didn't impress him at all.
Well, they never really got to it. You don't have the fear ability yet, do you? I don't think so. Well, a lot of times dragons have this natural. Once you see a dragon, you need to make a fear check, otherwise you're afraid of it.
No.
I don't think.
Gold dragon?
Well, you're a
I'm
you're a young dragon.
Yeah. Very young.
Anyway,
And I forgot. Can you talk when you're a dragon?
Yeah.
yes.
Common and draconic.
Okay.
Shimmer, what's going on here? Why are these animals following you everywhere? You got them charmed too?
He turns around and and dexterity check 12 as he stumbles around and it looks to Ruckus. You have a dragon?
Sure doesn't everybody?
And what are you? What?
Worst nightmare.
I suppose you're a horse too.
Every other Thursday, you know.
Every other Thursday.
Yeah. We're still singing.
You are singing. You have
Okay.
the assignment.
So.
Well, it's technically his turn.
So it's his turn. Okay.
So I asked him a question.
Yeah.
Not
And
gonna answer me?
what was the question again?
Why are those animals all following you around? What's going on here, Shimmer? You got them.
Oh, you wouldn't believe me if you told you.
So I jumped.
And he's looking down for his jug, and he reaches his
I
flask.
jumped down, and for me, that jump down is going to land right next to, right there.
And his livestock kind of.
Try me.
Oh, you go! Oh, careful! That's the crew.
Ah.
Don't, he looks to each of you. I don't suppose you have a cleric with you.
Your crew was transformed into these animals by magic.
What do you need a cleric for, Mr. Shimmer?
Well, if I understand correctly, you're looking for a boat.
Yes, we are.
And if these boats are in disrepair, you might benefit from a carpenter.
Yes, and a crew.
And he points. He starts looking around, and he looks over here. He looks over there, and he pats this pig on the back, and he leads it back over to you, and he says, Fendril here, good carpenter. If you can remove curse or do a greater restoration.
On all of them?
Well, this is Fendril. He's our carpenter. We have perhaps your friend would like to stop singing. And he runs up to a chicken and he lifts up and looks, and looks at the cow, and the cow, you'd swear, narrows its eyes, and looking at the cow, he sets, not this musician, this musician. And he says, I'm sorry, Lizzie, and sets her down and says, Bulbuck here. Perhaps your friend would like to stop singing. Bulbuck here, remove the curse. And he's holding a chicken up to your face. Don't eat it, dragon. Bulbuck is a fine musician. He'd take the place. And sets it down and says, perhaps, are you hungry? No. And it looks at the cow and says, no.
Stop.
What?
Where do we want to go with this? I can't create a restoration everything.
I'm not asking you to.
Pick one.
Pick one.
The carpenter.
Carpenter? You pick one.
You pick one. Are you hungry? No. Shh, forget I said that. Would you like
I
music?
cast greater restoration on the carpenter.
The carpenter. And so the carpenter.
Do it. Just show up on the screen. Anyway, so I cast greater restoration.
And transforming, the pig transforms into a human male on all fours. And he shakes his head. He looks up to Shipper. Captain, what happened? What am I?
Shipper me too.
The Fendril, you wouldn't believe me if I told you. Now, before you freak out, yes, that is a giant. Yes, I know. And yes, that is a dragon.
And there's another giant.
And we are surrounded by livestock. Yes, I know.
But they're not just any
But I have new friends that are looking for a ship, and we think maybe you can help. He's dazed. Yeah, Captain, what do you need me to do? I'll help repair a ship, I'm sure.
Yes. We need a ship.
And he looks at to his left, and he like tumbles forward and falls on his butt inside this tent a little bit. But Captain, the giants, we should get out of here. And he's not so easy, Thunderl.
So what should I do now? The chicken, so it can sing and keep the other.
So,
Well, let's.
I have a thought for that.
I do too. But
Yeah, you get him.
what did he say?
You may see a
Deer.
Deer or something?
It could be a deer. It could be a squirrel. Let her out and see what happens.
Look, Dad. There's something out here.
Not without a leash.
Yeah, truly.
That seems like a pretty good turn for Gloin. Unless something we can let
Oh,
other
I'm
people.
good with that.
Yeah.
Good girl.
I only have 2 greater restorations per day, so, I've got to be careful with this.
You told me something was out there. Good job.
Dilarar seems to be in wonderment as she kind of wanders down to the end of the dock, kind of plops down, puts her feet in the water, and sits kind of just staring into the sky. And she goes kind of wobbling her hand up in the air to the music. And she said, "Oh, sing a song about the great vessel Dilarar."
Oh, Dilarar has a beautiful keel.
Yes.
Its stern is ample.
Nice. You're on.
Verika, your turn.
So,
Press over the water.
So I think this is the real you up there, and I think this is the fake you. Or I don't know. I could be wrong. Which one? Which one do you want
I
it to
think
be?
it's the closer one.
All right. You think it's this one?
Yeah.
All right.
So, I say we should make the best of this time.
Well, first of all, you might move up closer
yes, I would
to
move closer to everybody.
so 5, 10, 15, 20 into here.
Yeah, that's fine.
More of a reasonable
It's
talking.
like we should be figuring out what we need to do and keep out of their hair as much as possible. I was thinking I could cast Unseen Servant, who could play the castanet, and then all you have to do is keep singing.
I think we are. I think I am just singing. I think the musical instrument got booted, didn't it?
It got booted. Did you pick it back up?
I thought it got thrown away.
No, it got thrown on top of the tent, and they knocked it back down.
Oh, okay.
I rewatched the.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So, I mean, we.
Yeah.
I think the Unseen Servant could sing.
Try it.
It's no more difficult than mending or any other.
Can an unseen servant? I don't think they can.
Clean. They can mend.
But can it
Can
speak?
they make sound?
I
That's a good question.
yeah. You look that up.
Yeah.
At least you'd have an unseen servant, and so it can at least compress. But you'd need some sort of melodic tune to smooth that over a little bit.
It could kick a pig every.
I don't think it can speak, but you tell me.
It can line up some chickens.
So we're doing loose turn order. You look that up. Shimber will be next, and he says, "You're looking for a boat." And he raises a finger, and he starts, and he says, "Come this way," and he takes you to just for proximity's sake, we're gonna make it here. And he starts walking away.
I'm not going with. I have an idea about the animals.
All right. Well, the animals follow him.
All of them?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So you notice as he starts to walk away, and he walks toward the dragon, and he just kind of pushes you to the side. And
okay. Well, no. If the animals are following him, then I'll go too.
And so it's kind of a parade as the animals kind of follow him. Some are faster than others, right? The cow's kind of slow. But and he puts, "The bearded ghost is right here. You might take a look at this."
Still magic.
Dispel magic on what?
Well, I'm curious. What?
Well, on your turn. On your turn. All right. And so Ruckus follows. Well, after Shimber, Ruckus would be next.
Okay.
As Ruckus follows.
So all the animals followed, and they're all out.
They're if they haven't exactly, they're on path to.
Okay. So, even though he didn't specifically mention it, I'm going to try a 5th level Dispel Magic.
All right.
It only works on one thing.
No.
Oh, really?
Oh wait. Oh crap.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, pick
Yeah, I was going to say, I've been I'm
Oh.
right
you
here
can
in
pick
front
a
of me.
person and everything.
No, I just saw the 120 feet. I thought it was everything. So,
You cannot sing.
so then okay.
But it can't play music.
Well,
Between the two of us.
no, okay, but hang
It
on.
can.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
To tune.
So-
tune.
As you're contemplating this, Vrinka says, "I've created an unseen servant. He's standing right there. If you want to give it the concertina,
Okay, so I will do that.
you put it out, and it just floats out of your hand, and it starts magically. There's no tune to it at
No,
all.
it can do what I tell it to do. So if I tell it to tune, it can do it.
All right.
It says
All right.
It's a simple task.
All right. So
Like it's just a repetitive,
Well-
simple song. You can make it roll.
I think it's a stretch that he can play concertina without being proficient, because
In musical
you have
instruments,
specific musical instrument proficiencies, right? So because of your performance, you have the ability to move in and out, and it's making a noise, right? You'd have for it to hold some sort of tune. You'd have to be proficient in that, right? Which you're not in the concertina,
Right.
but you can make noise with it. And if you want to give me a performance check.
I forgot my dice. 12.
Yeah, so that was like a difficult 20, right? For you, it was very high, and so it's squeaking noise. It's not melodic at all. You don't know what buttons to push. You have to keep singing. Mm-hmm. You can sing your words, your story to them, all right. But at least your hands are free now.
Okay, so Captain, show me again. Which pig is the singer? Whatever.
Animal.
Yeah, so he's the ghost. Oh, the singer, of course. Bullbeck, and he goes up to a chicken. No,
Might be able to go
chicken here. No. Oh, wait.
level spell on
Yes, this pig here. As you've made your way around, right? And he says he holds the pig's face to his. He goes, Bullock, and it kind of bucks a little bit. I think it's this one.
Okay. Third level dispel magic.
All right. 5 minutes ago, that was a 5th level dispel magic.
He talked me out of it.
So oodly booty dispel magic,
Yes,
and
if
nothing
it's
happens.
Third level. Okay, hang on. If it's third level or lower, it automatically ends. If it's above that,
Yeah.
then it's a DC check.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not magic. It's something else.
Okay, so
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't work on curses.
Okay.
And
Okay.
The curse has to be cast magically, though, doesn't it?
okay.
But it's not magic, it's a
It
cleric.
curses
It's
are
like the
different.
opposite of a cleric's magic.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Greater
It's
restoration
demonic, it's
or remove curse is what you need. Or a wish spell. All right, but that's your action.
Yep.
It says, I'm so hopeful. Bobek, I'm sorry, sir. Oh, soon. And the bird kind of, Lizzie, I'm sorry. And as he says sorry to Lizzie, he looks up to the cow. All right, that was Shimber's. That was Ruckus's turn. The giants kind of go back in the water and kind of head claw up and kind of go behind Lidor, and she's like, "Oh, leave me alone! Leave me alone!" Can you imagine, Goltart? A ship named after me. Oh yes, why wouldn't they? All right, we are back to Gloin.
I have an idea to get those guys out of town. I don't know if they'll.
And he's kind of, the bearded ghost here.
Remove curse is only a third level. They don't have it. Currently,
Remove curse.
is a third level spell. I have more third level spots, but I don't currently have it.
You're out of the slots you need to do it anymore.
No, I
He just
don't.
doesn't have the
I don't have.
spell.
They're not prepared.
That's not prepared.
What did you do a minute ago?
Greater Restoration,
Restoration.
which is a 5th level spell. I only have 2 5th level spots.
Okay. Then I get to keep singing.
But still, even 3rd level spells, I probably only have 4 slots of that. Maybe. Okay. Oh, God. So, you're saying we've got a ship?
Well, you're behind here. Do you move and catch up with him?
Yes.
We have a ship.
Well,
we have a beat up
he's pointing to the bearded ghost right here.
And what shape is this ship in?
Oh,
Yeah.
well, let's take a look here.
Yeah.
In the forgiving depths of a dim, ominous ocean lied what remained of the gray ghost, the bearded ghost, potentially lost during a freak storm some 100 years ago. But she's in fairly good shape. If you look past the big gap that's causing her to list as she does. It's a quiet, watery grave, but
Hey, we got the carpenter.
if we were to somehow lift it out of the water, perhaps we could start replacing boards.
So if we
Using
can
the
get
giants.
Frick and Frack to help us out.
Now, this is not a huge boat. This is what they call a keel boat. Doesn't require much crew. If you want something bigger, and he looks around.
We're actually planning to go to
Cold temperatures.
Yes, but also we have to be able to maneuver through the ice.
Ice. It
So
has to be
something
ice
small and
capable.
nimble.
Small is probably good.
So you tell us.
And he looks around and he says, "That's the
Maybe
big
some with a
one, the galley." But it would take long. A galley is a big
Yeah.
boat and requires more crew than I even have. And if you did all my chickens and all my pigs, I don't think. So you don't want the groaning Mildred.
Question.
You,
What happened to your crew? How did they get cursed? By whom?
He lost a
You really want to get into that right now?
Will the answer let us get the curse off of them, or is it to
All I know is that the remove curse or the greater restoration
yeah?
ought to do the trick. I don't know what he did.
I love his Jack Sparrow. Dave's Jack Sparrow.
He's driving me nuts.
What else
That's
is
what
there?
Jack Sparrow's supposed to do.
How do you think a cone of fire would feel?
no,
Let us not
we
torch
need,
the boats.
we need him to say, captain the
Okay,
boat.
fine. But he's making me very nervous. You don't want to go
He's nervous.
crazy
He's
Do we have-
nervous. 'Cause
Is there anything with a cabin, Captain?
A cabin.
Not something so big, but
A sailing ship. You want to
protect us from
a
the elements.
I'll take
sailing
you more
ship.
crew.
How about?
It doesn't have to be big. It just needs to be.
Well,
They can protect us
that
from the
is,
cold.
you have keelboats such as the bearded ghost,
But does
and
that have a
then you
cabin?
have
The
the
big
groaning.
gaping hole in the side.
Well, that's okay. We got a
not gaping,
carpenter.
it's
What?
only listing.
I'm sorry, Sir Dragon, but you look around. There's nothing in pristine shape here. Let's see here. We're looking for another boat, and he looks around and he thinks for a minute as I roll a die. There's the black squid. The black squid. Now that's a long ship. That is a long ship. And let's see, as we look at our notes, what a long ship requires. Longship are vessels that rely on rowing crew and sails to move across the sea. They're typically used to carry soldiers. Light, what do you see here? Longship has one 20-foot tall mast. 1 captain, 5 officers, 34 sailors. Yeah, we could make, but that's
34 sailors.
Well, look
Holy
around.
But
I
it's
have a
troop
crew.
transport.
I have a crew.
16 benches with oars, railing. I don't know that
But
it has
let's
a cabin though.
let's take a look at its damage. Let's see.
He keeps a man alive. 41.
Tranquil Sea ship, once part of a large armada of ship, 100 years. She's in fairly good shape if you look past the the gap that caused her demise. I'm sorry they all have holes. She belongs to the salty waters now.
We don't need a big ship. We just need a ship to carry us.
Oh, well, make up my mind. Oh, you have a keel ship, but we have this long ship. Do we have a warship or a sailing ship? Sailing ship. And he looks and he rolls my dice, and we count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The Banshee's Hagnell. It's over here. And you can see him. He takes his hat. He's follow me. The Banshee's Hagnell is a sailing ship. The great thing. And
If you can look past the gap that caused her demise.
well, if you're lucky. Because they passed one that says slowly climbing into nothingness.
Yeah.
You don't want the Naden. How about the Starling? She's falling into more and more. No, you don't want the Starling. And how about this one? Yes, the Banshee's Hangnail. Superficial waters of temperature seas as well as a ship who may have been sunk on purpose. This one was intentionally sunk 100 years ago. She stood the test of time well, but
Like a haunted ship.
the damage
Cool.
is already done. Continues. His boards, there's dry rot here and there. We'd have to replace, but I'm sorry, they're all in disrepair.
Which takes the least effort to repair.
I don't know. Somebody wants to go first class.
Do you want to be going through the ocean with -degree weather? I don't know. I'm just saying.
Does a keel bolt? What does a keel bolt have?
If we can manufacture some sort of makeshift protection for 8 people or so,
We have a carpenter.
I'm just saying. Yeah, if that's something we can manufacture, then we can customize a ride.
Yeah,
Wait,
when
okay.
Adric was here.
Sailing ship.
Yeah, no, that says something about a hatch, so that might be.
Oh yeah, well this
Like-
is a full size sailing ship. All right, this should have cabin. This is similar to
bigger you get,
David's
more cells, the more
Dave
crew
Gar's
you
arse, right? That
Okay.
it's a full size. Oh, this is a fine sturdy bitch, if you know what I mean. But like any good bitch, she needs to be brought in order. And Ferdinand, what was his
Actually, it doesn't take that many sailors. 25, as opposed to the 30.
Yeah.
Fandril would be able to coordinate the repair. It will take some time, as would any of these.
Oh, we can help.
But if you were to,
Laborers.
restore more of my crew, the assistants, perhaps if you were to, Pollard.
Tomorrow you could do a whole bunch. Right? All you have to do is prepare it. Yes, that's how it works
Can
for
you
clerics.
change
to
your
say,
My
Sounds
first
similar.
mate might be of help, Brom, or as he looks at one of the pig, Brom. I think this is Brom, or my bosun.
Remove curse is a 3rd level slot.
Right.
I have 3 3rd level slots.
But you can't do it until tomorrow when you've prepared for it.
I have 1 5th level. I could do another greater restoration.
Well, I'm sure your friend might be tired of singing.
You don't know what's going to happen in the next 8 hours. You might want to keep that 5th level.
I know.
We'll just wait till tomorrow and do
I
3.
get to remove curse and I can have 5 slots to do it.
I say wait till tomorrow.
That's what I'm
and
saying I
do
can
time.
do.
And about then you hear, Shimber! Dilly Roar is roared.
Oh, she snapped out of it, huh?
Oh no.
And her sails are beautiful and flowing.
And I will.
She slides off the dock and starts walking toward him. Yes, Dilly Roar.
And I will say to her, I say, Dillyroar, I have such a wonderful idea. You have so many suitors. How do you pick from your suitors? Have a competition. They can build you the mast for the ship. The bust. That goes on the ship.
You mean the
And first of all,
Yeah.
her face
she's
is
mad.
she's fuming, and she looks at you, and with one hand she reaches out and grabs Shimber, and finds it's a pig, sets it back down, and she with the other hand she looks and points at
Look how beautiful you would be on this ship.
points at Rognek, and you see him with his finger buried up his nose and the other hand scratching his butt. You want that to build you a mast? I wouldn't ride anything that he built. But if you want to, you go right ahead.
Well, it's all in your honor.
I will trust Shimber's. Reaches down for another Shimber. And finally gets him by the back of his neck. Did you charm the great Dillyroar? Now, Dillyroar, you wouldn't have the Royal Navy without that charm. Persuasion on his part, 6. Insight on her part, 3. And it's like blood vessels popping.
We'll be an armada in your name.
Advantage on his part, you rolled a 2.
What? I did no such thing.
Advantage on his part. What?
Advantage on Shimber's part because you're aiding with your singing.
Okay.
But
Because he already beat it, right?
he already beat it. His 6 to her 3,
Yeah.
neither one good.
My charisma's a +9.
Yeah, well, let's give you a turn. All this is happening. What does
She didn't buy mine.
what does Blaine do?
I don't know if I want to just kill her or charm her.
Charmer! We have 4 other...
I mean, do you say that
guys.
out loud?
No. I'm thinking.
You're gonna piss off all these other giants if you
Yeah.
mess with her.
One
Me or
up
these
to
really
4.
large? These are the ones that she made, right?
No, that is not one she made.
Don't they look so much larger? I don't know. Maybe it's just my
I'm
eyes.
looking in here to see if I have a normal diet.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, so we're talking about
That's
building,
I like that they're a little bit
fixing up a ship and naming it after you with beautiful contours. And there it will go across the seas. Dillyroar.
and she looks at
Beautiful golden dragon hood ornament.
With a beautiful gold dragon as a hood ornament.
or you could make a bust, my bust.
That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
I could be leaning
head.
majestically from the front of
Wow.
the great Dillyroar.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
She'd be the flagship of my new armada.
Indeed.
As you lead to give me independence from the orcs.
Yes.
The Dillyroar
And she
Armada
looks-
will be
She looks
the
and
most successful
says,
navy.
yes, you should fix the groaning Mildred, the great galley. And he goes,
Work up to that one.
Shimmer says, or much more effective, great Dillyroar, would be the Banshee's hangnail. Look at all the battlements she has. And she looks over. But it's got a big gaping hole in the side. Yes!
They all have big gaping holes in the side.
Yes, and your charming suitors could help us to pull the boat up.
And she looks at
So
him.
we can work on it.
Yes! And then she shouts, Ragnar! Brildart! Do whatever this man says!
Would she point at me or the captain?
The captain.
Oh, okay.
Do whatever Simba says.
this man.
Sure, Dilly, whatever you want. And and she looks at it and hands Shimber to Ragnar, who's fallen in behind.
He didn't get around to saying who cursed his friends, did he?
He didn't want to take time to talk about it. We'll talk to him about it later.
I don't know if she had something to do with it.
She's got the keys still.
Yeah, it's not really a giant thing,
No.
right?
Okay, and so you're looking at the Banshee's hangnail.
Is that the one we decided on, huh?
Yeah, not
That's
the galley.
that's a sailing ship. That's a full sailing ship.
It's gonna take a lot of crew.
With a lower
No,
deck. It's
no.
got a lower deck. And
Sailing ships are fast-moving, designed, focused on travel. Warships are slower but more heavily armed. There are many of the following areas, but as the map tags reveal, they don't have the exact same facilities. Sailing ships or ships have the following features. Ceilings, the lower deck holds. Cabins are 8 feet high, 6 feet doorways.
So it does have cabins.
The ship's doors are made of wood.
Gonna handle ice flows.
They have foot lockers, light.
for travel,
Well, none of
fast.
light hanging lanterns, rigging on the ships can be climbed without ability checks. Sails. Ship has 3 80-foot tall masts with sails, and although these sails might be tattered, you could pull sails from other ships to make it work. But all of this is time, right?
Frankenship.
And
Well, it's
more
certainly-
people we have, the faster the time goes.
Yes.
All right, and 1 captain, 4 other officers, and 25 sailors. And he says, "I've got my crew. If you can help."
A few days to do that.
It'll take a few days.
And who cursed your crew?
Uh,
You smelly captain, you.
So we can help you.
Well, about that,
You didn't do it.
oh,
You didn't return the pirate gold, did you?
I don't have ability to turn anyone into anything. I just have some minor bardic talents, but
You seem rather hesitant.
to
Evasive.
Who cursed them?
Go- go-
Or what?
Well, I'm not sure you exactly want me to tell you about it.
Probably with present company.
No, I was marooned here with my crew, and these giants took me in and treated me well. These giants had nothing to do with it. But let's just say a certain powerful someone took exception to some of my actions, and well, hard to believe, I know.
That person's not coming back, are they?
Well, they left me here, so it's been a good while.
Was it?
Of months it's been since they've been.
Was it Strahd?
Strahd,
No, okay.
Strahd.
Get out of there.
No, it wasn't anything called Strahd. Let's just say a powerful creature
Seaboard.
of the sea that took exception.
That's different.
So let's not go south. You said you wanted to go north. That's very good with me. Let's not go south.
All right.
But the Banshee's hangnail, very sturdy bitch. So
So tell the giants to lift it up so we can work on it.
yes, you get your friends and lift this out of the water. Lucky Dilly, who are said fine, and they get on either side, 2 on each side, and they kind of
Gently.
and we said it was this one. So, and one of them, the hand kind of, where they're holding it, the hand kind of goes through the hole where the some of the wood is rotted away. The water pours out, and they look. Now what, Shimber? Well, let's have a look. And so now, if you're fearful of this type of thing, they did say the banshee was spirited.
Yeah, not a problem.
Very good, very good.
You want to come home with me?
So-
That would make my wife really happy.
You should do that. You should come over sometime and just let you walk in with it. Honey, I
fell in love.
I couldn't say no.
Computer. Don't you be slobbered on that.
and he looks at what was it, Kendrell? What was his name? Fendrell. So Fendrell, what do you think? And he's saying
Down.
as he looks around. Well, Captain, just for the outside.
She's stuck.
She's stuck.
Come on. Down.
I'm stuck.
Just for the outside, assuming we can piece boards from other ships that are decent, we're looking at no less than 30 days.
Should they set it down on the land? Work on it there? Or rig up something, yeah, with the dock.
Need something with less damage, I guess.
Well,
They're all like that.
I don't think you're gonna find anything.
Sure. Yeah, you wicked man. I'm gonna need more wine.
And he says, "Well, if you put some structure here and a structure there, you could probably sit it on the side. We could build scaffoldings around it. Of course, this goes faster. I mean, it's right now. It's just me. We need
Yeah, I
more.
was gonna say 30 days. That's lots of time to convert back a bunch of his crew.
Of course, things go faster if the giants stay amiable and there's no one bugging us, and I get more of our crew to help.
Yep.
Yeah. Each day.
How long?
30 days.
Wow. But shorter with help.
All right.
So really, it boils down to how do you get his people back to themselves? Probably do it.
Well,
in
he can do a few a day.
3 a day.
3 days.
Well, 5 if he gives up his 5th levels.
Assuming he wants to.
Yeah.
And how many crew are there?
20-some.
Enough. I've got 10 named crew here, but there's way more than that.
I think if he's got that many crew, he probably has to use them all every day.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, we got
the rest
5
of us.
hill giants. We shouldn't really be worried
I
about.
was gonna say the
whatever
rest of
comes
us. We got enough oomph and spells and
But
stuff.
the
If something else shows
now,
up.
hold on a second here. One major concern.
Oh, just one.
Just one?
If the orcs were to return, it could be very bad.
Okay. Then
If a dragon were to fly overhead and see a boat in
Dry dock.
dry dock being repaired, that could be very bad.
are any of the buildings big enough to do it inside? Or a big tent?
Maybe if we
Bigger,
take the
big
masts
enough
down.
to hide a whole sailing ship.
You can take the masts down.
Still, we're talking about let's see what maybe I don't know my ships.
I just look at the buildings.
I looked at the buildings. There ain't no big buildings.
Okay.
But I don't know my ships well enough. How big is this ship? The sailing ship?
8 feet high, 6 foot.
80 feet masts, but
Yeah, but how long is it?
That's
let's say at the top it was a description. But
80
no.
foot tall mass. And,
5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
bottom one is, yeah.
30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. Close, if I meant off by 5 feet, whatever. 80 feet long. Yeah, there you can piece together multiple, but still.
We could put the canvas over it and like tent it.
That's,
Well, or just, well, yeah.
It might make it a little bit more camouflage.
I suppose if you did that and then worked on it only overnight in the dark and then covered it during the day, that's great for the dragon that flies over, but
Slows down progress too.
Yeah. You're going to need to light it up at night to see what the hell you're doing anyway.
Need a bigger room.
So what I think you do is you sleep and then you work during the day, you save your spells and do your Oogie Boogie at the end of the day. Just in case. So if if the orcs do show up, you're still fully loaded for that. Then you go poof, 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 go to sleep. I'm spent.
well, that's only your 3rd and 5th level slots. And your 4th level slots can be converted into your 3rd level spots.
Yeah, I just say if he's worried about the orcs showing up and he's already tapped out, then you do it at the end of the day.
Yeah, because the remove curse also works on the 4th levels.
There you go.
So that'd be 3 and 3 and 2 is 8 per day.
Okay.
So then you're talking a course of
3 days to full crew.
yeah.
Let's build a boat.
When was the last time? I mean,
we
we
just-
might ask the Hill Giants or Shimber. When was the last time Grumsh and his crew or anybody was here? Was it recently?
How long ago was it? It's been 1 month, 30-ish days, a full moon.
That sounds like they're due any day. To me, seems like they would be due.
I mean, that wasn't Grumsh. It was a troop that was heading south.
Yeah. So I mean, you could sort of leave it lying on one side for a while, work on it that way if you're worried about drawing attention. But eventually, yeah, we're probably gonna have to.
So with the full crew fixing it, maybe 15 days?
We'll have to see how it goes.
Could be a lot of random table rolls here.
I'm good with that. I mean, I'm good with
Yeah.
the plan. Is that good for you?
We need a crew. We're
Yeah,
not
you
selling
should.
it.
We'll just have to be ready if the orcs show up to
Yeah.
kick some butt.
I mean, with 5 Hill Giants, I think we could put up a fight. Whatever comes our way.
As long as they're
There's enough
allied with us.
multiple dragons and wizards and
if
full
they
armada,
care enough to get in the fight.
full army of crew.
So we could
Well, they want to
sing
get rid of
that
Grumsh.
to Dillywa about, as we are building this
You're the only one that needs to sing.
ship in your honor. If the orcs should show up again, or we would need the help of your fellow giants.
If the orcs,
Fight them
just you take care of orcs, part of deal.
I'm hoping your men will help us with that.
I work for orcs. You take care of orcs, part of deal.
All right.
Right? I mean, that was
May
clearly.
the success of your ship more guaranteed, but all right.
Not really a problem.
Okay.
She can't openly
I-
go against the
Okay,
orcs.
sure.
Okay.
Let's see, 178 hit points. Let's see.
What are you doing?
Doing some math.
Doing some math.
That's what engineers do. Sometimes.
Multi-attack, 3 attacks, 2 1 bite, 2 with claws. I don't think I have any problem with a bunch of orcs.
Okay.
Until they come with Fey wizards. And,
Until one of them survives, and the next time they come back with
A red dragon.
an
Some
army.
cultists. And yeah. That's right, you'll be gone by then.
Will you? So, all right, you've spent the day here. You've taken a good look at the ship, and the sun is setting.
So let's look around at the various buildings and find us.
You find a tent, a building that's reasonable enough for you to hold up with. You scavenge stuff for cots and Fendril and Shimber are toasting. They seem to have plenty of beverages, ale, rum.
Food? Are we eating one of the crew?
Keep your eyes off my chickens. We do have eggs.
All right.
Now, before we go to bed, I do have one more 5th level slot if we wanted to bring
The
somebody back.
singer.
Perhaps you would like
Please help us.
Bolbeck. Yes, Lizzie, I know, but it's the cow. The cow.
She will probably do a better job of singing Mill to Sleep than I will.
And then, and she's like, the cow kind of moves up and nudge, sorry, dear, and goes, but Bolbeck, yes, you will be useful tonight, even. And so you cast the restoration.
Yes, I cast Greater Restoration.
All right, and I said Bolbeck was a chicken or a cat?
Chicken. The cow must be his girlfriend. He must want to.
How about Lizzie Musician?
Who's Bolbeck?
He is the male, and so
The male singer.
the male singer. Yes, Bolbeck. Here he is. Bamf.
Girl, I
She's
just
gonna
don't
try
think we fit
it.
in
She's
there.
gonna figure
She's
it out.
trying.
Oh no, she'll fit in there.
And there's Bolbeck for you.
If she can stop it from moving around.
So is she allowed up on furniture?
If it's up to you, I can keep her down.
I don't care. So there's Bolbeck with his concertina, and
The spinning is.
here we go, do-si-do.
So she gave it up. She's like, I'll just lay on the couch.
I know how to
This
do
one doesn't move.
Yeah, I know couches. I know how to do couches.
And he, it's like, Captain, what's going on? What has happened? And he says, oh, dearest Bolbeck, yes, we've struck an accord with these adventures, and they're helping us out. But what about the giants? Well, about the giants, they're kindly for now. And so how can I help you, Captain? Well, you see the concertina there. The giants require serenading. Captain. And he looks at the floating concertina. Yeah, your floating concertina seems a bit out of tune. And
Have at it.
then all of a sudden it just starts to sound correctly. And let's see, do I have anything prepared here? Documents, music and sounds. You can't just do that. All of a sudden it starts to sound like music. Everyone, up to the drunken sailor.
What do you do with a drunken sailor early in the morning?
It's weird that you guys know the words to that song.
There's more words to that song, but
Is it longboat? Put him in the longboat till he's sober?
Oh, that's a good idea.
could be. And he says, Bolbeck, please work in the great Dilliwar is our is our
Matron.
matron. A good word.
An inspiration for our restored vessels,
Yes.
which will lead her mighty navy.
We want to keep Dillior happy. Aye, Captain. Okay. So you've used 2 greater restorations. You have your long rest.
Are we going to have a long rest?
Well,
Nice.
Coming in tonight.
night's coming. You've
Well, you
secured
did.
a building.
Yeah.
I'd say we're pretty exhausted.
Had a long day.
And there's, other than us, there's nothing really to raise suspicion if the orcs come by tonight.
And this is, how many days have you been gone? It was probably 2 days
days
to
to
get
get
here, and then this is probably your 3rd overnight, and you'll be entering your 4th day. You said you'd be gone
A week.
a week.
A week, did we?
This is about halfway
That
through
was
the week.
Oh, okay.
I think it was a 10-day. Maybe it was 2
I
weeks.
thought it was 10 or 2 weeks, yeah.
I think it was 2 days. We'll call it 2 weeks. You
There
said
you
you
go.
were.
That sounds good.
Now, if necessary, I suppose at some point I could fly back. Oh, careful. No, careful.
Yeah, careful, careful.
Yeah,
Somehow we can
behind
send a
enemy
message.
lines, a gold dragon will be very noticeable.
Even if I fly low,
You're probably
Even
better
if you
off
fly
walking.
low.
You're better walking
we-
as a human than you are.
Well, yeah, somehow we need, if
You
either
need to
we
get
need to
a
go
message
back
back
or
to-
send word back that we're good.
Back to the temple in 3 weeks is the goal.
3
Oh,
weeks?
3 weeks.
All right,
Okay.
great.
Yeah, that was
Inspiration to our scribe.
Excellent.
I'm sure you'll need it.
Sure.
All right, so you have your long rest.
Okay.
Overnight, we should see. It's the next day. During the day, we should have a fate check.
So maybe only
Visitors.
one of us should go back to bring message to the rest of the crew, rest of the team. So that way nobody rides off into the sunset with our boat.
Mm-hmm.
Well, who are you gonna all go back?
Captain Jack Sparrow would.
Well, we've got 3 weeks, so.
We might
So-
actually get done in time.
Shimber Timbers, Captain.
I was gonna say we could sail south, but he doesn't want to go south on the water. He's scared of something in the water, so somebody's got to go back.
Creature from the sea that nuked his crew.
Yeah, someone has to go back on land to get word of the rest of our guys.
And you might leave the cleric just in case. If the pretty boy and the girl.
We need to decide this now?
Yeah, we can stay here at least a week before we make that decision.
Yeah. Well, are we fast forwarding to?
Well, we can a little bit.
Okay.
All right. So, but we should check for visitors. I'm going to say no way, right? And but we're going to do this like once a day.
Sure.
All right. So day 2, do you have visitors? Let's make sure I got this in my memory here. Copy. Let's get on the chat screen.
That's not super chaotic, right?
No. 3-4 is no effect.
Random event.
Uh-oh. Persecute adversities. First of all, what's the answer to the question?
No.
Was a no.
Visitors, no, but there's random. And so,
What does NPC positive mean?
so NPC positive, that is something positive happens to our NPCs. Persecute adversities. Persecute adversities. So,
We overcome adversities.
Your spell works on 3 extra people.
Yeah, there you go.
no. No.
It would need to because the remove curse doesn't apply to greater spell slots.
But what does happen is, at some point during the day, so during the day, you volunteer to remove curse. How many people do you remove curse on that first day?
I have 3. I can do 3.
You could also do the 2.
And I can do greater restoration for 2.
And so
That's my 2 5th level slots and my 3 3rd level slots.
he
You can
starts.
always upcast the 3rd level spell too.
It doesn't say I can do that.
Every spell you can upcast, it just might not have any benefit to upcasting.
Correct.
So you could do another 3.
Well, it's not listed in my 4th level slots.
It would.
That's a selection in D&D Beyond.
DM says yes.
Okay, well in
You,
that case,
you can use a 4th level slot to cast a 3rd level
then
spell.
How many 4th levels do you have?
My question is, at what point of the day do you do it? Do you... Here it is. It's 8 a.m. and the sea breeze is blowing through. It's a beautiful day.
kind of like to wait till the end of the day.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
But
fine.
then you
Just
lose
be
them
safe.
working for the day.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's,
Well, it's going to take probably a whole day. Well, he's got us.
yeah.
It's going to take a whole day just to get materials put together and figure out what he needs
That's
to do.
getting the materials. We'd go faster with more hands.
Yeah, but if
Everything
you want to
is
say at the end of the day, that's fine. We're going to be here for 3 weeks.
So you want me to spend all my 3rd, 4th, and 5th level spell slots?
At the end
Not
of the day.
necessarily all in the morning.
That's what I'm trying to get at, is the pace that you do. Maybe you do a couple in the morning, a couple in the afternoon, a couple in the evening. I don't know.
I can do that.
Okay.
So how many total do you have in the day?
8 he could do
8.
total.
All right. So maybe you, I don't know, 2,
3 and 2.
2, 3, 2.
Yeah.
All right. So what happens is he says, okay, I want my first mate, and there's Brahm, and then he wants his bosun, which is actually turns out to be a Kenku, and a quartermaster. Yeah, and that's my Tinker gnome. Yes, he can help with some of the engineering as well. And then he looks at the cows. We'll get to you, my dear. We'll get to you. Malkeen, my navigator, and you get to him, and then he picks up in case there's an accident, I have a doctor, a surgeon. He's not a cleric, but he has medical ability, and he picks it up, and this is where the adversity is. This chicken, and it turns out to be Lizzie, the female bard. And he goes, oh, this is the persecute adversity, and she runs up to Shimber and gives him a big hug and starts kissing him, and that's when the cow, and so there's our persecute adversity.
Well, now they can take shifts singing.
Are we through the first day now?
Or second day.
Yeah.
The second day?
And we're calling this day 4.
Right. Of us.
All right, someone's keeping track of that. Day 4. You get into the evening. There was no visitor to that day. We're on to day 5. All right, and we have 8. We have 8 crew. So the day 5, we roll again. Fate check as the day progresses. Do we have visitors? And we said no way. Eventually, we roll a no way. It's probably eventually it could happen, right? Visitors, things are under control. Nope, no visitors. Day 5. 8 more.
That's 16 crew plus the captain.
All right. The day 5 is done.
Medic!
Where's Gazan when we need him?
Oh, we have the
He said
medic.
he has a doctor.
But it wasn't the doctor. It was Lizzie. Then later on that day, he probably got the doctor. So we're to day 6. Long rest. Unless you guys want to be doing stuff, you're helping out with the learning and all you can.
Yeah.
And so we're now at day 6 as our visitors.
So I'm pretty strong, so I can be helping with
Oh yeah.
physical stuff.
Yeah.
Seen servants.
You can carry a bulk of wood across and
I can
yeah.
do
Mending
dancing lights and like fairy fire inside.
All right.
Yeah, inside the dark spots.
This is day 6 check. Here we go.
Nope.
Nope. Day 6 is fine. Another 8 puts us at
That's 24.
24.
That's more than enough now.
Let's see, what are the crews?
We already had
it's
3 from the day
25
before,
plus-
so that's 27,
Plus
including
2
the
more or
captain.
3 more.
How much crew did he have?
20. Well, it says 4 officers and 25 sailors. We needed 29 total.
Right, but we already have 6 of us.
There were
Well,
3 the first day, and
Well,
then 24. That's
he's going to
27.
have, what I'm saying is, he's going to have a total of 29.
Okay.
Right?
right,
And
okay.
he's going
We
to.
did 3 the first day.
Yeah.
Trimmer's already there, 2 the
Yeah.
first day, and then 24. That's 27. So
There's 2 left.
2 left.
And one of which is the cow.
Oh boy!
Oh, he's not
She's
lying.
probably not looking forward to that.
Day 7 now?
Day 7.
Made her stay.
Our
down.
roll
Day
for
7.
Day 7 is. And he's.
I only need 2 third-level slots
And
to
he's.
use.
And you do one more of the ship, you get 28. And. Okay, dear. It's your turn. We're going to change you back now.
Oh, God, this is going to be good.
Please, keep your temper. These people are our friends.
You're your own chief. You picked her to keep her till last.
And you probably laughing and laughing.
Oh, yeah.
And so we have the cook.
Did we roll day 7's encounter?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. Good point.
Yeah, but you,
Well, let's
you,
get through
you
the
can
people.
convert the last 2 over.
This
breakfast.
is
Yeah.
now Matilda.
Is the cook? Or is
Matilda is the female cook that he's been hesitant on. This one. It gives you a picture of her. Now, I couldn't find a picture. I wanted something a little bit
bloody
more,
Busty.
yeah, and exposed, and the girl kind of pinching her up, but holding a frying pan that looks like
Bloody
a cleaver.
frying pan.
bloody
Yeah.
frying pan?
That looks like
Boots,
some sort of
boots are
cleaver.
massive.
Is this cleaver?
Might be.
Looks like a panhandle. so
No, it
it's
looks like a.
It's a pan.
It's a
I think,
pan.
a very beat up pan.
That's been folded on somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Teeth. There's teeth on the floor. That's a bad sign.
And
Big
she converts and is for and looks up and knee steps up and walks up to her and smack.
Not sure I deserve that.
Whack.
Pretty sure I deserve
Not
it.
sure I deserve that one.
It's like, dear, it's
Sounds like a
it's
ruckus
so
man.
nice to have you back. And he says,
Rush is glad it's somebody else for once.
Yeah, right.
"Where's my ship?" Yes, my dear. We're building it now. Didn't I hear you promise that to Big Fat and Cheeky? Now, dear, we did what we had to do. Oh, and what you had to do was the little cock you were kissing on yesterday.
Oh,
Now, Lizzie's part of the crew. I couldn't quite control her. Yes, but you could have converted me sooner, and we could have been fighting on. And he says, and she starts looking at the other crew, and her demeanor is like instantly different and kindly and motherly to the rest. It's like, oh, Brom, so nice to see you. I'm so glad. We will be making your sandwich for you very soon. And she's, Shimber, I want my ship. Oh yes, dear. We're making the ship just for you. Yes. Let's see if what is my. This is Matilda.
Yes.
Matilda. Let's see what personnel here. And she looks around and says, "No, we will get you properly fed very quickly. But chop chop, everyone to work." And you hear, "Yes, mum. Yes, mum. Yes, mum." and they seem to be.
why did you convert her first, dummy?
Oh,
she,
well,
she's taking charge. You put
might
people to work.
have. And so very quickly you learn to see who's the real boss here, and who's the he's the captain, and everyone respects him as the captain. But Mom here is the one that wears the pants on the boat, if you know what I mean. And let's see, did she have a special? And she says, "Now, Shimber,
Immune to charm.
where is the gem?" And we haven't quite gotten to that yet, dear. So one of you probably overheard her say that. Shimber, we need to get that gem to my brother. And he's like, so these people are my new friends. Yes, you see him point over to Gloin. Are you always a dragon, or are you a dwarf? What is your our dwarf friend over there, and the dark and tall and handsome guy over there, and the scary woman over there? Yes, with the tattoos. They want us to take them north. Yes. Well, dear, you know that north there is. We could go by Gunderlin. Gunderlin? Are you sure Gunderlin? Yes, but you know what's past Gunderlin? The Purple Rocks. Yes. And beyond the Purple Rocks is Turn.
Can we zoom out here? That looks very west.
Turn. So perhaps on the way there, or after we take care of their business, perhaps we could stop by and take care of some of our business. And her eyes narrow and says, "The gem, Shimber, very important. My brother, your brother-in-law requires it." "Oh yes, dear, I'm very aware. As we zoom out and we see
Scott, this one man show. Okay, the ice. Yeah,
we are here.
yeah. So if we know our map, that we haven't heard that conversation. It's like that's a little out of the way.
Yeah, it's definitely out of
But
the way.
the
But
way
it's
the ice is.
traffic.
Well, and once we've completed our mission, we don't need a boat. Keep it.
Some of you wanted a boat and really liked the idea of
Oh, okay. Well, maybe not.
maybe
Even you as a sailor might.
Yeah, you as a sailor would. Definitely. You really liking this idea of life on the sea. Okay. Oh, we did not roll for day 7 yet.
Yes.
We did not roll for day 7 yet.
Nope. 7 days down. So it's so a third of the way through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
you've got to get to wherever. So however long it takes
2
to
days.
sail to that
2
place,
days. Oh,
right?
but we have to
Well,
get the rest of our.
We have to send somebody back. It took us 2 or 3 days to
2
get
days.
here, right?
Yeah.
So, by the end of day 7, somewhere midday is when the female,
Right.
what I call her though,
First thing in the morning, I
Dilly
suppose.
no, Matilda. Matilda Shelf, the wife, the whatever she is to Shimber. Things, you have a full crew, a full staff, and somehow things just work more smoothly with her around. Everyone respects and likes Matilda, other than Shimber, who respects and fears Matilda just that little bit.
I think we should figure out who her brother is and what this gem is about.
You're gonna chat
Just-
her up sometime. Or...
Yeah, I mean, you're the one who's
Have some-
charismatic.
have
Both
some-
of you are more charismatic.
Well,
than me.
I guess I was about to say something about girl talk,
As a
but
dragon.
I agree. Girl
I probably
talk, I
did better
can do
girl
it,
talk
but
than you are.
I am not charismatic at all.
So
And I'm only charismatic when I'm a dragon.
So, okay, if there's a chance to help her prepare a meal or something, maybe I'd chat her up and say something. I think I heard you mention a brother and need to visit the islands to find him or find something for him.
Oh, dearie, you're helping me in the kitchen. How sweet of you to help me in the kitchen. And her charisma, it oozes from you. She instantly puts you at ease, and you feel comfortable, and you almost feel uncomfortable asking her this question, right? Like you're invading on her. And so you ask once, and she says, if you're going to help, perhaps you would cut up the vegetables over there that they found. And
charismatic than you are.
She is extremely charismatic, extremely good at what she does, good at persuasion and perception,
and she immediately changes the subject.
Well, so you bring it up again, and maybe the second or third time, she would say, "Yes, my brother has some sort of disease, and we are aware. We were told of this healing stone that we could find, and it's somewhere on the Isles of the North, and so you heard us talking, and we are keenly interested in finding this gem so that we can help my brother."
Isn't that where we're going?
It's sort of on the way, but
again, you want to go to the Sea of Moving Ice, right?
How big are those islands?
Well, the islands are of good size.
A couple days across the long ends.
That's what I'm just saying. If you have to search the whole island and you don't know where it is.
Well, this is the lead we have.
Yeah.
But Shimber, my dear, has promised to search for the stone. But if it takes us delivering you to the Sea of Moving Ice and helping you first, so be it. But this is our quest.
I wonder if it's a curse that could be removed.
Well, the clerics called it a disease.
And this gem will somehow cure his disease. Interesting.
A disease that wasn't curable by normal clerical abilities. It needed some enhancement by this healing stone.
Yeah, okay.
Well, perhaps we reach some sort of agreement once we're brought back this person we're seeking to help rid this land of its oppressors. That is our mission.
The so-called Dark Queen.
Well, yes, this specifically the person we're seeking in the Sea of Moving Ice will help us.
And who
with
is that,
the
dear?
dragons. Whatever her name is.
you say the name, though.
Yeah.
You share that information. She was so kind to share her personal story.
Yes.
You share some of your personal story.
Yes.
I see. Well, let's hope that we're not discovered here before we can set our sails.
Yeah.
What's our progress on the boat, anyway?
Well, this is day 7. I believe Thendril said there was a problem with the rudder, that he's hoping to be able to replace it with another ship, but we'll see. So I think we're on target for 30 days, but we can't.
Okay.
If there's a setback, who knows? There was considerable dry rot throughout the ship that needed replacing.
Well, I need to kill some orcs anyway.
That's-
We all have
So that was day 7?
reasons to kill.
Yes.
All right. The question, though, is, what are you guys going to do
30 days.
now that
they're
they're
oh shit.
Oh shit is right.
what's oh shit?
30 days.
Dun, dun, dun.
Things need to happen every 30 days.
Well, we changed it to once per level.
Oh, that's right.
Well, we just leveled up, so
You should have some time.
Plenty of time.
Okay, you were saying.
It gets harder
What
to
do.
level up.
Yeah, so
too.
the crew is full, right? Things to be under control and progressing. They're benefiting from your aid. You're learning a lot in the process, and yet you have a commitment to return at some point.
Yeah, by about the end of week 2, we should probably send one or two of us back, or
Yeah.
send somebody.
Yeah, end of week 2 is, I say, when we start thinking about a window going back. We only need 2 days there and 2 days back, so maybe by day 18?
Shall we keep rolling?
Do
Yes.
do any of the crew, do they have? Well, we've got forged papers, right?
No.
No. Oh, we don't.
Well, you do.
Yeah, none of them. have
None of
papers.
them do.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So the question's the same,
Yeah.
and we said no way. So keep helping me with this, right? This is day 8.
8? Nope.
Sorry, it's slow. 9.
Nope.
Oh, the suspense. Is it 10?
Well, exceptional.
Especially no.
Exceptional no. So what could an exceptional no be?
Somebody wanders by. We ain't seen orcs for days.
Yeah, so
What's the opposite of an orc?
we're gonna say that takes care of. That was 10.
Yep.
Let's say 11 and 12 are taken care of. 2 days for free. Now we're on day 13.
Oh, lucky 13. What the odds are? No way.
14.
14.
And now we need to. We probably.
Oh!
Oh shit!
And on day 14, off in the distance, a dragon is flying by. And its eye is caught by movement in the port. And as it veers towards you, it flies overhead.
Do we perceive it?
Oh, yes. This is unmistakable. It's high up in the sky, but what color is it? I don't know.
Covered up with the canvas.
Yeah.
If it wasn't like that to start with, it's not.
And so we'll have to figure out what color of dragon it is and what happens as it flies over. And you know you've been spotted on day 14. And the dragon flies off.
Oh, okay.
No, it swoops down to get a really good look,
It doesn't engage.
but it doesn't engage.
Is it an adult? Is it a youngling? Is it? That's something for
All this and more for next week. Wes, Ken, hopefully you enjoyed that. Did I lose you? Ken, you still with it? You guys still with us?
There we go. Yes.
Wes, you still with us? Yeah. Uh-huh.
Here.
I figured you might have fallen asleep. Okay.
Question for the three of us: do we send somebody back for the rest of our crew now, and try to get
Well,
out before they get here?
Yeah, not a bad idea. Or do we? Well, yeah, because if we stay to hunker down, we have no idea if they're showing up
And what
tomorrow or in
force?
a week.
And in what force?
Yeah.
Well, so what I'm going to do, we said it was day 14.
Yes.
Tomorrow, the chance of someone show up is
Goes
one
up
more
a tick.
likely.
Yeah.
One more likely until someone shows up.
Yeah.
So I can do that.
So do we? Well, so we're the ones with papers. So sending somebody else would probably be a bad idea. They'd have a good chance of getting stopped.
Yeah. Even if we sent them with our papers, they don't know where they're
Our
going.
papers
If we
Right.
send
Our
if we
people don't know who they
send
are.
if we send him by himself flying, that's probably faster than us
But then
on the
he's
horses.
more likely to get intercepted by a dragon.
Maybe if he flies at
Us
night
on a
over
horse
the
is-
ocean.
One of us on a horse is the best option,
You think so? Okay.
in my opinion, because less likely than being flying and being spotted, and we have the papers.
So what if he is spotted?
He'll be destroyed by a dragon,
A bigger dragon.
more than likely,
Okay.
and or wizards.
Okay.
Or taken
So-
control of by.
Whereas two people
Okay.
traveling on the road with a horse is a lot less suspicious than a big dragon.
Yeah. So 2 safety in numbers, or just 1 by themselves? So there's more people here
I
to
was
defend.
thinking one so that more people can defend.
Yeah.
Or if the ship's seaworthy, which is something maybe we can figure out too.
If it's seaworthy enough, put in the water.
They don't want
and
to go
fit the rest
south.
of it.
But,
Well, no, just
but-
get out.
Just
Have them
get
go
out
to
on the wall.
Gundolin,
well, but we're still 2 weeks away.
Gundolin for a couple days, and then
Day
come back.
14 of 30.
Yeah, the estimate is 30 days.
Even with all the help.
Yeah.
I thought it was less with all the help.
Well, but then I said 30. And maybe it's less.
If
And
it's
we're on day
seaworthy,
2
we can
weeks.
Get it out on the water. There's other things to be fixed.
2 weeks is half of the time. With all that crew, I would think half the time of what the original estimate was. But was it 30 days with the crew? or
Yeah,
was it
so
30 days?
Yeah, but
I don't.
yeah, you're right. I did say it would be less. So how
much
much?
less?
How much less?
I mean,
Let-
depends on if
let's-
the task can be done at the same time or not.
if 4
If you have to
people were
wait-
doing it, it takes 30 days. Then
Yeah.
29 people should take a lot less time.
Let's consult the fate chart.
Can't necessarily all. When things have to happen, step 1, step 2, step 3. That
Done
Not necessarily true.
early.
Yeah.
We're gonna say very likely because you had the extra people. Chaos factor. Well, we're gonna have to increase that now that we have visitors. Yes is favorable. And let's see. Yes. So it is going to be done early. So let's say
Early.
how much early? It's going to be this many days early. That's up to 12.
Well, then
Okay.
it won't be. No matter what it is, it won't be
It's
before.
most likely 7.
Mm-hmm.
4 days early.
It's day 26.
Okay. So
But you know, things come up, right? So this is knowing about the chaos of the visitors. It knows this, but if there's something in addition to that, it can slow it down again. So we'll have to see how the visitors end up.
we'll have to decide who's running. And we told them we expect you back in 3 weeks. And if we're not, what was the if we're not? What did we tell them?
Let's consult the record.
We said we'll be back in 3 weeks, and we're not. Come look for us. Then they'll come here.
Yeah.
But I don't remember what we said.
I'm not sure there was a.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
either.
not sure there was either.
Oh.
3 weeks. Yeah. Okay. There's a part about 3 weeks.
Yeah, well, we said
3 weeks.
back. The goal was to be back to the temple in 3 weeks. Strider was going to help with the resistance. Olak was close to making many better. Ruckus, Varinka, and Gloin across the
So the
river.
plan is to do this for 3 weeks, and then go back and finish
There
up
we
your
go.
campaign for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, the last week of June
So-
and the first week of July.
So we get 2 more. Yeah, 2 more Thursdays, and then we're going
And-
for 2.
Ken, I probably won't be here the last weekend in
June,
June either.
Right.
but you don't know yet. Or is
Yeah.
that something else?
I don't know. I might be here. I might not.
You wanna?
Yeah. So, are we still recording?
Oh yes. Let me finish. So this is gonna end. Let's go ahead and let's see here, and live streaming, and farewell, good evening, and stream, and just